All right, so we are back for the last round.
The best.
Battle Station Games Day, lots of sound issues. Everything else has been going smoothly, though. Thanks very much for letting us know in the chat. They always let us know when we have no sound. I have got Carwin here sitting with me. He was playing in the last round. You played OBR in the last round against Sean.
Yep.
Managed to get the win. Pretty good game.
I did. It was an excellent game. Yes, yeah, really fun, and certainly learnt a couple of little tricky moves. How good's Corn? Like Blades of Corn, old book, and still competing hard.
Yeah, they have surprised a lot of people, actually. They got some tricks, especially when you can work around your 6-inch piling and that fighting in the hero phase was pretty good too. I was waiting for that to happen. So
yeah, just
too bad it whiffed,
continued to whiff.
Yeah. That one bloodthirster. So we have got the boys. They've nearly set up on the table, so we'll get into it. So we've got Dave Kerr playing Legion of Chaos Ascendant, and we have Dennis Laurie playing OBR today. So we'll, do you know Dennis's list?
Yep. So I'll run through that if you like.
Yeah,
so,
go for it.
He's got currently on the board some Mortec Guard on the far right, our right. Unit of 10 it looks like. He's then got 2 units of 20 Mortec Guard. He's then got the Lord, the Man, the Major Guy Nagash, which hasn't deployed yet obviously. He's got a Liege Cavalos, and then he's got 3 Necropolis Stalkers.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're going to do a little bit of... Yeah, we haven't been seeing them much really in the list. Like some people have been taking 6. Because they tend to... 6, did you like that with the Chaos 6? They go 6 of them, along with some fish and chips. And so to take a little unit of 3 will be interesting because they can still blend some stuff quite nicely. Oh, they are. The big man's gone down, Nagash, to left there. He's got... he's playing Petrifex, so he's just... The general's what has he got there? Yeah, so we've got Liege Cavalos have the God Bone armour and the Mighty Arcosian, so he's got +2 wounds and ignores the first wound of every phase with the armour. Then he's got a Bone Ties Shrieker, which will come out. Now that's going to give them +1 to hit within, I think it's within 12 of the Shrieker.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, it's really like, I noticed in the games that I've played with Catacross, having that +1 to hit just... Yeah, it makes a massive difference when you've got your Mortec hitting on 2s, winning on 4s. And then with the exploding 6s, you tend to have a few dice to roll. And then he's got the Cadaverous Cavalcade. Is it? Cadaverous
Barricade, yeah.
Barricade, Cavalcade?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the Flesh Eater Courts one where it's got 24-inch range, I think, from the caster in terms of where you can put it down. And it halves move and does mortal wounds and stuff like that. But it's the half move thing that can really cause some problems.
Problems here, yeah.
Yeah, and then of course the old Nagash cannon. So happy days. Yeah.
Just spamming the Arcane Bolt.
That's spamming the Arcane Bolt.
All right, so I'll do a quick run through of Dave's list before they start playing the game because we're a little bit behind. So he's got Bellicor, a Lord of Change, a Vermin Lord Corruptor, a Gaunt Summoner, 10 Plague Bearers, 10 Plague Bearers, 10 Plague Bearers, 3 Flamers, 1 Exalted Flamer, the Spell Portal, and Geminids. So just a quick run through, if you don't really know what this does, it's a bit of an interesting list. So Bellicor, he cucks a unit, so basically that is he picks a unit, and then in the opponent's hero phase, he then declares what unit it was, and they can't do anything except their own abilities unless they roll a 5+. So that's pretty good.
That's awesome.
I think I have a guess of who that's going to go on.
Oh, he's going to put it on the Arch Liege Cavalos for sure.
Yeah.
He'll leave Nagash alone.
You reckon? We'll see. Anyway, so the Lord of Change in in this Legion of Chaos Ascendant, so he's got an aura, it's 8-inch aura, so anything gets a 6+ plus save, but when you're within 8 inches of the Lord of Change, it goes down to a 5++.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. The Vermin Lord Corruptor, he's got the 4-fold blade, so on unmodified hit of 5+, it's D3 mortal wounds. So he gets to re-roll all his hit rolls, then on a 6, if he rolls a 6, it's D3 +1. Mortal wound, and the Gaunt Summoner is just the Gaunt Summoner. So he's got his awesome spell where it's the 5+ spam. The Vermin Lord Corruptor's War Scroll spell is really good. It's 13-inch range, 4-up mortal wound spam. the Bellacor's neg 1 to wound is his spell, I believe. So they're all casting 2 spells, but there's only 3 to pick from in the actual Chaos of... Yeah, so they'll all be probably played. One's a Death Frenzy spell, one's reroll hits and wounds, and then the other one... the biggest thing, though... This is disgusting, Carmen. The biggest thing that this list can do is at the end of the movement, you roll 3d6, and on a 10 plus, you summon a unit of... It's the like Zinch, whoever's doing it, it's their mark, sorry. I can't speak English. So he's saying he's going to use pink, so it's either going to be from the Lord of Change or the Gaunt Summoner. Yeah, he's not going to be using Plague Bearers.
Good.
Oh, mate.
3d6, 10 plus, so on average,
Yep.
50-50, you're going to get a unit of 10 pinks on there. Andy can already bring in a unit with the Gaunt Summoner.
There's just going to be pinks everywhere. We're going to see a pink table. So, and then, sorry, the last spell is you roll a dice under the unit strength, and it's D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
So, pretty neat.
Yeah, lots of Horde mortal wound stuff.
And yeah, definitely anti-Horde.
Yeah, and then the Flamers as well. So you've got the buffs to hit on the... so 2 lots of 3 Flamers and Exalted.
Yep.
Yeah, they're going to tear some Mortek Guard to pieces, I'm sure.
They're definitely good against like a Horde unit. So if it's got 10 or more models in that unit, they get +1 to hit. If it's 20, it's +2 to hit. And then the Exalted Flamer buffs the normal flavors plus
awesome.
flavors.
All the flavors.
All the flavors get +1 to hit.
Yep.
All right. So that's pretty much the list. What we'll do is we'll jump across to the actual table because they're going to start playing now. And see how we go.
So from what I understand, the Nexus made the Lord of Change neg 1 to cast. Yep, there we go. Oh, I love seeing dice. How good is it that we're back rolling dice?
It's pretty amazing.
It's just so much fun.
It is pretty amazing. So I will have to just change. I think player A is Dennis.
So we've just had some awesome information in that Nagash rolled an 11 to cast Reinforced Battle Shields. Lord of Change Tyrion said, "Not today, sunshine." Double sixes.
Oh.
Thanks for coming. One of the units has just had power weapons, I think, on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to get that mortal wound spell off, as in the shields, because it gives him the 5 up, then the 6 up. How good's that Vermin Lord Corruptor though? 4-fold blade with the so he's got like 9 attacks or something.
Yeah, 10 attacks.
10 attacks. Yeah. So he's going to be grunting out the gas, and he's also got his own 5 up DPR, followed by an army-wide 6 up DPR that within 8 inches. Did you
8
say
inches of the Lord of Change, it'll go down.
So he's got an armor save of 4 up, then a 5 up, 5 up.
So we'll have to find out how many RDP Dennis has as well.
Yep.
So we'll get onto our table boss in a minute and find out what that is.
We will.
But yeah, it's been a pretty good day actually. Like a lot of people, it's good to have everyone here, rolling dice, getting together. Adam's in the chat.
Got your jandals. Nah, bro, I'm wearing the sneakers, eh?
Got my Nikes on.
Got the sneakers, the Nikes. Are they Nikes? No, they're not.
Asics.
The Asics? Yeah. Doesn't sound as good though, Gemma.
We'll pretend.
Yeah, we'll just pretend today. Oh.
So, also just if you want to draw on this, just shuffle me out of the way. The more you're in the centre, the more it sort of is accurate.
Right. We just start drawing pictures on Dennis's arms and tracing his...
Yeah, you can draw whatever, but the more you get around away from the centre, the more it is not accurate. So I will draw up in the corner here, and I drew,
Oh, that looks a bit special.
Yeah, it is special. Yeah. But people get the gist.
That's it.
People get the gist, so...
That's it. And we're playing focal points, as you can probably see. There's 5. You got it on there anyway. Yeah, you got the 5.
Ooh, Nagash has moved up. Big fella.
And here he goes.
In the centre, front and centre.
Change over of turn, Dave's turn. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so he starts off with...
All right, so Dennis has got 3 RDP at the moment.
Yep.
Two. So he's used two. Do we catch what he used them for? One was
Yep.
movement on someone, and one was a command trait.
Nagash's command ability,
Yep.
for the army-wide reroll ones and stuff.
All the
+1
goodness,
save for him, I think.
all the goodness that Nagash does. So,
Gaunt Summon is about to bring on 10 horrors here.
oh, so we're into Dave's turn already. Wow,
yep.
This has moved fast.
That's awesome.
It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
All right.
Love it. So we've got on the top right hand side of the screen, we've got the Stalkers, 10 Mortec, and the Arch Cav,
Yep.
holding that, looking after that objective. He's been very cautious with the Stalkers, which is interesting. I thought he would have moved up a bit. He needs to get those guys getting stuck in really hard. Oh, wait on, are they them? No. Yeah, they're the Stalkers. Yeah. And then he's got the one of the big units coming up to take the objective. So Lord of Change has just cast the spell portal.
Yep,
Got
so
it off
We got one
on a
sort
double
of-
6.
A double 6. Oh, yeah,
Killing it.
I suppose he just changes the dice, so he just has to roll one.
He does.
6. So we got one spell portal. Looks like it's being situated
Yeah.
down the back here somewhere.
So he'll be casting his spell through that, yeah?
I believe so, but I don't know which spell he's been given from their lore.
Yeah.
I just know that he's obviously got his War Scroll spell.
Yeah, which is pretty grunty as it is.
It is, yeah. So then he...
That Desperate Frenzy spell is going to be pretty grunty.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Lots of bodies.
So then you got the other spell portal sort of here. So it looks like he's trying to do some damage to these guys.
So we've just had an update. Stonehordes charged into a unit of handgunners and killed 30 of them. Bang. Thanks for coming. It's been
wow.
emotional.
So I'm guessing Josh is not having a good
No.
time. That's Josh.
Oh, he always takes it like a champion, Josh. He's so much fun to play.
Ooh, when he's playing Ham.
Yeah. It's great whether he's owning you or you're owning him, it's always fun to play Josh.
It always is.
Yeah.
He's a good player, and Ham is also a really good player, and he's also a really good painter as well. So he has been doing some commission work. So if any of you guys are listening out there and need some commission work done, he's very fast and efficient, and they look really good on the table because we have had a fair bit of stuff painted by him recently.
Awesome.
Because we're slack.
There's no judgment here. I'd just like to say thank you very much to Adam Norris for Adam73 for painting my gear.
How many? Has he just got one CP? Dave, here. Used it yet?
Yeah, just checking on some CP stuff.
Yeah. Dave has got one and he's saving it. It's up his sleeve for the future.
For future use.
For future use.
Yeah.
And we've, obviously Dennis got 4 points that turn as well because he has this one here, and he's on the center one here. So he'll get 4 points. And we're getting some more information.
So my last game against Sean, Archaon, Sean just remembered that Archaon generates his own CP every turn as well.
I had a discussion with Dennis as we were sitting here, and then nothing happened,
No,
so we
I
just left it.
I completely forgot about it.
And you didn't try and steal any of his CPs.
I tried
either.
to.
Oh, you
I
did?
tried my hardest.
Oh, okay. We didn't think that was
Just
happening
the
either,
little Aviarch dude just was like, I don't know, he's having a holiday or something. I don't know what he's doing.
despite the rest of your dice
He's
rolls.
playing, yeah. So that's the thing. I'm not going to complain, eh?
Oh, dear.
It was like, Mortec Guard doing
Did he do his Eye of
thing.
Shirian too?
Oh,
where
yeah.
He did?
That was actually really good because I was getting no extra hits off, which was good, obviously.
Oh, good.
But then that little unit of 10 came around the corner and showed the big unit of 20 how to do it. It was so funny.
We were like, oh, so what would you do if you're in this scenario? And I said, I'd be charging that 10-man unit around the back of Archaon. And then they did like some astronomical amount of wounds. I was like, whew.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only takes a 10.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Yep.
yeah, so
we
basically
got-
we're seeing Dave move forward now. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we should probably talk about this game.
We're talking about everything else.
apart from the game. Yep. So he's moving some plague bearers up by the look of it,
Yep.
rocking and rolling.
So he's got he looks like he might have a unit of pinks at the front
He
of
does,
those
yeah.
plague bearers
Yeah.
as
So
well.
that was the ones that the Gaunt Summoner pumped out earlier.
Yeah.
Yep, so he's already nailed them. And I presume he's rolled his 10 plus, so he mustn't have rolled it because there's been no other pink summoners pink horrors go on.
Well, it's at the end of the movement phase,
Oh,
so
is
I'm
it?
not sure
Oh,
whether
sorry, I
he's
thought it was in the hero phase.
yeah, end of movement. So he's still moving up these plague bearers on the left-hand side.
So you get to move all your stuff
Yeah, and then
and then put. It's the best.
Yep.
Oh, how good is this?
I don't know if there's going to be enough table for
Yeah.
all the models here.
Oh, when he starts, particularly after they start getting stuck into the pink horrors and they start splitting up.
Oh man,
it's going
that's
to be
evil.
awesome.
How do you travel for an event when you're playing this? Do you need to bring like 3 suitcases of models or what?
Yeah, you could say, oh, sorry, I only bought 5 sets of 10 pink horrors, so I have one turn that I don't need to bother rolling the 10 plus for, unless they die, of course.
Yeah, that's
what
right.
You
can recycle them. Oh,
yeah,
what
you could
pity.
recycle. What a shame.
Yeah, I feel sorry for him now. We should definitely just give him the pity win.
Yeah, that's it.
So it looks like Be'lakor is sort of hiding down the bottom there, like behind this piece of terrain sort of here.
Yep.
Then the Gaunt Summoner is next to him. If people want to know where things are.
Yep.
We got the Lord of Change over here.
Yep.
And there does appear to be another character. I don't know who or what is that.
So there goes
the Lord of Change.
Lord of Change creeping up.
I haven't spotted the the Vermin Lord is front and center. Boom.
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
actually and it's actually really interesting in that outside of Nagash with his little Gatling cannon that he is, not having any obviously OBR. Nagash is the only thing that can fly. Archon as well, I guess, but he's squishy as. But with no catapult in this list, he's got no ability to extend power.
No, that's right.
Oops.
I think he's going to find that pretty hard in this sort of game to have that long reach power. Because these guys they have stuff that does something in every phase.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to be quite good at it too.
That's it. Yeah, they've got shooting with the flamers, and then the horrors can shoot as well, of course.
Yeah, they got good spellcasters, good guys that can be alright in combat, good shooting.
That's it.
They're quick, lots of summoning.
Yeah. Oh, and just by the way, he rolled a 9 on his 3d6.
9.
What a shame.
What a shame, hey? Do we feel sorry for him? No.
Negative.
That is
that is a big negative.
Negative over here.
Yeah. So not being able to project power without any catapults, like as you can see, the Lord of Change just wandered up as well.
Yeah.
Screened out by a unit of plague bearers, and there's not a lot that's going to be able to touch him.
No, he's going to find it hard to try and stop those spellcasters too, because those spells that these guys have got are just mortal wound, wound.
Yep.
And even the re-rolling hits and wounds is going to be pretty amazing. I don't know, I did not find out if the re-roll hits and wounds is just across the board or whether it's just combat only, but Dave just said re-roll hits and wounds, so yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently
the far unit of Mordic guards getting shot at by some flamers.
Okay, yep. The ones at the top right?
Yeah, I'd say top right, yeah.
These, if I can get my mouse to work, somewhere up here.
9 saves at Neg 1, I think.
9
Go back.
So yeah, so basically what happened there is 2 units of flamers, an exalted flamer shot, did pretty much nothing. Hey? Like
To
2
10
wounds, I
mortal.
think. That was
Yeah, that's it.
So,
Yeah.
and that was up against that top unit up here.
Yeah.
So these fellas here, as you can see, they're still there. They are fine and dandy.
Just loving life.
Yeah, they're just like having a picnic or something up there. Just sitting there tempting the Chaos into shooting them.
Okay, so here we've got, oh, here we go, the pinks are charging in.
Oh, the disposal unit of pinks.
That's it. So this is a unit of 20 that they're charging. This is interesting. He's just trying to, just trying to tie them up.
Yeah, rightio. So we strung them out there.
Yeah. So they're just going to sit there and flood numbers. Yep. It's going to be very hard. It'll be interesting to see how things go, though, if Dave continues to not pop out. Because those Mortek can really start chewing through the pink auras, even without being in... Because they're only going to be able to get a few attacks piling in, but as they start to move in, it's going to get very interesting.
It will get very interesting. And the fact that they could split...
Yep.
Like, is he just left that half moon circle there to fill that in? Because it has to be within an inch or something. Don't they have to come back within an inch of the one that's slain? Or I think there's a rule like that.
Yep.
So
Wow.
he's got his back bases covered anyway.
That's it. Yeah. And the thing is like whilst the OBR can be surprisingly quick with their, they can add another 3 inches of move and then run and stuff like that. That unit of 10 up the back there is going to take a long time to get anywhere. It's still going to take a couple of turns to get down and threaten any other objectives. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And
so
the stalkers are behind them too, so they're even further away. And then I think, is it the liege that's sort of up there
that's
as well?
in behind them as well. Yeah, and the thing is too is that those stalkers are going to have a hard time getting into the mix now. Because with the Mortek guard being held in a line there, now they can start inching forward, obviously, with the pile in, but it's not leaving any room for the stalkers to get in and do their job.
No, not at all. The only other thing, I'm guessing they have a range. I should have found out if you do roll a 10 plus on the 3d6 and you are summoning the 10 pinks as what Dave has. I'm not sure if they have to be wholly within a range of the hero that has rolled the 3d6. I didn't ask that question.
Yeah,
I presume they have to.
Yeah.
And more than 9 inches away from enemies, obviously, is probably going to be the obvious one. But I don't know if it's wholly within a distance of that hero, whether it's 12. I'm not sure. So if anyone does know it in the chat with your Legions of Chaos Ascendant, don't be scared to pop it up there because I'm unsure.
Yep. And then you've got, so the Mortek Guard have done a few wounds to the pink auras.
Yep, so they're starting to split.
So 3 pinks died after armor saves and DPRs.
Yep.
Because the pinks get a 6-up fickle middle finger, don't they?
Yeah, they pretty much, they're just like...
Yeah, no.
Just bounce that off, baby.
Yeah, no thanks. So here we go. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. So he's going to split these up.
Yep, so depending on where he takes them off, yep.
And then the amazing thing is when he goes and rolls his battle shock test and rolls a 1 and puts more pinks back on. That's terrible.
Isn't that just the worst cycle? It's relentless.
That's a good word, relentless.
Yeah,
it's taking the relentlessness of the Mortek and pushing it right back on them. There we go. The Ossiarchs. So where's he putting them?
He's putting them basically on that bottom edge, so you can see he's sort of deciding which ones to take off. But so far he's put some there.
Yep. So he's going to have more models on there now, which means he'll take it 16 to 12. Yep.
Yeah, rightio. So he'll get this one obviously, and this bad boy here.
Yep.
By the end of his turn.
And we've just had the priority roll, and Dave's got it.
Okay.
Yep. So Legion of Chaos Ascendant has got
double
the priority.
Turning.
Yep.
Rightio. So let me just catch up on all these points here. So that'll change.
So we're about to get some RDP rolls here.
Yep.
4. So he's got 4 in total.
4 RDP.
Yep. Because he gets 2 for the Cav. One, the Liege Cavlos, 1 for Nagash, and then 1 he's rolled 1-6.
Right.
Yeah, and Dave's decided to take the turn.
Okay. So hopefully I'm up to scratch there. I've changed them all.
Yep.
4 apiece at the moment.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
Because the other thing is it's, whilst we can say, oh, those 2 bottom objectives for the Chaos Ascendant are well protected, like there's not a lot. Again, they can't move too much up. They're going to find it tough to take the other 2. And crank up the victory points. So it might be a big scrum in the middle to.
It is, but in saying that, we'll have to see what the measurement is from here. Because if this guy here does roll 3d6, 9 inches, he'll be able to put some pinks
in there.
Probably up here.
Yeah.
And then they'll be able to start making their way up there or shoot these guys up there. I don't know. The Gaunt Summon is still way behind down here somewhere. So I'm not sure whether he's going to be being used to summon those guys. Probably not at this stage. Probably looking at being super aggressive. Maybe over here.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So Nagash is neg 1 to hit. A Mortek Guard and neg 1 to attack because we can just see the Geminids have just been brought out there behind Nagash.
Yeah, I see them. So if anyone, they should be able to pick out those.
Yeah, the little tails. Yeah.
Little tadpole swimming up the back corner.
That's it. Yeah, so that's he's certainly going to be able to plug some gaps in the in between those terrain. Actually, playing on their table was really good because that terrain actually does, being so tall, actually does make a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite awesome. It's awesome. Adds a big difference.
Yeah, those objective markers look really good on there too. I really like how clean and crisp and bright they are. Actually, we had a couple of people asking in the chat where to get them from. So, Honest Wargamer, I think, got them up and going again. So
yeah, I think they're about due to do another
round.
Run, yeah, they're really good. Makes life a lot easier.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no arguments there.
No. So we've got some more dice going on. So apparently my opponent from my last game is having the same dice in this game that I had against him.
Oh, so
he's
bossing.
So he's bossing Sage left, right, and centre.
That's good. About time. Maybe he can win a priority as well.
Yeah. So maybe he can win a priority this time. Oh, high five to Sean. Yep. So Nagash is just owning the magic phase, it seems.
Oh, he's just
no spells getting off.
Yeah, well, that's really good, actually, because he really needs to protect Nagash a little bit for those reasons as well. I probably wouldn't be getting over-eager and putting him out there just because the magic from these guys is so bloody good. It's hard, though.
Yep. But what's he get, +4? +4 to cast and dispel or something?
Oh, I think, +4 or 3 or something like that. I can't quite remember. I know he gets plus a lot.
Yeah, plus. Hello, plus a lot. Yes. Yep. So here we've got some, he's moving the Plague Bearers up, pushing out, controlling the board space. It's really good watching someone of Dave's quality too. Yeah, wasn't he the master for 2 years in a row or something?
2 years in a row, yes.
Yeah, Australian
yes, definitely
master.
was.
Yeah, cracking player,
and
good list.
This is a relatively new list as well. I think there was a chap over in the States who was playing something similar. And it was actually very... it was just coming out of left field, to be honest. No one really expected it, and then the way it played, and that a lot of people have... Dave is one that's actually sort of modified the list to what he likes and is now playing it. So I'm not sure how long he's played it for. I think it's relatively new to him as well. But there's definitely a lot of options.
There goes the Corruptor.
So...
Interesting.
He's moving up there.
Wow. He's not mucking around, being super aggressive.
He is being super aggressive. So, one thing, though, that Verminlord Corruptor can do is he can kill hordes pretty nicely. As we've already discussed, if you miss the list run through, so he's got 10 attacks with his feet blades, I think they're called.
Yeah.
And he can re-roll his hits because he's got 2 of them.
Awesome.
Yep, so because of that, he's been given the 4-fold blade, so any 5 unmodified 5-ups, remember he's re-rolling his hits, are D3 mortal wounds. Each 5-up is D3 mortal wounds.
So good.
And if he rolls a 6, it's D3 plus 1. So, that's crazy.
That's so good. Yep. Yeah. It's still interesting that he's been pushing forward so hard. I guess because he's got that that middle objective there tied up. Even the Mortec just aren't going to get enough guys and bodies into contact to do the damage.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think like another thing about pushing forward is I'm not sure if I'm just going to take a guess here, is he can be super aggressive with all these guys here, but then he can still summon with that Lord of Change there. So then do you summon forwards or do you summon backwards and then still have something sitting around this area to hold the objective there?
Yeah.
And the Gaunt Summoner, I think, is on the opposite side of the table. He's somewhere over here. I think that's him there. He can basically do the same thing. So, it depends on which one Dave wants to choose. Yeah,
well,
that's if he rolls the 10 up too, like it's all dice game.
Oh, yeah, of course. But the other thing is that he can just play what's in front of him because the Mortec can't do anything other. They can't jump over you.
That's right.
Nagash is the only flyer.
Yep.
And you can see he's left a couple of little dudes on that back objective. So if Nagash did for some reason get over the top,
he can't really fit anywhere there either.
Yeah, he can't fit anywhere, and he's got it anyway with 2 or 3 bodies. So.
He's basically trapping Dennis into his own deployment zone, really. And there's nothing the Mortec guard can do except for battle it out and hope for the best. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
It is tough. I think it also takes people off guard when they're so aggressive towards you as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that unit of Stalkers is looking really lonely now.
They're hiding behind that piece of terrain, and
some really offensive unit that's.
They need to be out and about and flailing with their 4 arms.
That's it. I wonder if he's put down 2 9-inch measurers there, so that you'd think he was gonna give it a nudge to put a unit down there. You think?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
hold on.
So. Or maybe he's going over the other side.
He's made a different decision.
He's changed his mind.
So he's made his. He must have made his roll.
Yep, must have made a 10 up.
Yeah.
Put them there.
Here come the pinks again. do.
Yeah, so...
wow.
I didn't think he'd pick that side straight away, to be honest. I thought he was going to pick that left-hand side, so that's thrown me off a little bit too, actually.
Yeah, very. He's putting at the end of the day. It's interesting because he's now giving those stalkers a target.
He is now giving them a target, but I think they'll be caught up for a while there, just because killing pinks, unless you can kill the whole unit outright, you're going to be getting some blues and some brimmies and just bodies everywhere there. And it's not really there's not really a downside to losing the pinks as such, because you're going to get more bodies there anyway. Like, that's the hard thing. You really need to try and wipe out the whole unit, otherwise you have more problems because there's more models there when they break it down.
I wonder if 10 Mortec Guard, I mean the Liege Cavalos can do a little bit of damage, but because you can give him +1 attack as well, so he can spend a couple of. He doesn't have a lot of RDP though. That's one of the things. Looking at that one, just going, wow, that's like gives you so few options.
Yeah, Mr. 10 over here.
Well, that's the thing, and that list with Catacross and the Cab, you're running up with 7 straight up.
Oh, yeah.
Gives you plenty of options over the two.
Yeah, you're not scared to start spending them.
No, it was just,
Whereas
it's like
this list here with only having 4, it's really making Dennis he's got to choose where he wants to spend it. He doesn't really have that free reign that's a couple of the other OBRs.
Yeah, I was just spending them like candy.
Oh.
Nom nom nom. I'll just bludgeon this and +1 attack and run over here.
Extra rend and shield wall. And
shield wall. That's it. Yep. But I don't know, it'd be interesting to see whether those 10, you've got 10 Mortec Guard that could be buffed a little bit.
Yep. They can be buffed. Even 10 can put out a bit of damage.
Yeah, yeah. So apparently he's just saved 8 of the 10 wounds. Loving life still.
8 out of 9, I think. He's
just putting the old shields up, saying no thanks.
And at least they get to do that, because I think this game would be over pretty quickly if he wasn't playing OBR. Yeah. Like, they're one of the most resilient armies in the game at the moment when it comes to damage, like Petrifex and Shield Wall, and then being able to be brought back, healing, all that sort of thing. Especially since the Chaos Ascendant is just going to be like spamming pinks by the looks of this.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and they need to be able to chuck out some damage. But those. It's just going to be really, really cool to see those Stalkers come forward with the guard. He's really going to have to get stuck into the pinks and just slaughter them as quickly as he can.
Oh, 100%.
And then Dave will just roll another 10 up and put
Yeah,
it
and then
10
put
more.
them back. What do you do against something like
You
it's
can't. It's like maybe if it was like a CP or something, it'd be like it's just like here.
they're going to come back, but it's just denying, like denying your opponent to be able to get anywhere on the table. I don't, they're probably even too good at units to be able to do that. To be honest, like the way that
Yeah.
they split, they just cause so many issues. Like in the first game when Gabe was playing with his clan Mulder, his chaff, the little rat swarm, they were blocking a lot of Clint's ambushing. Like so, he basically blocked the sides of the table out.
Yep.
And then when he still decided to ambush on, so when a unit of 6 Bulgors on came on the right hand side, there was nothing there except for these little rat swarm. So they couldn't get anywhere on the table.
Yep.
And then when he did finally kill the unit, which took him 1 round of combat because
Yep.
Bulgors are really
Bulgors,
good.
yep.
On a 4+ that unit come back anyway, 9 inches away.
Yep.
So then again, like within 9 inches there's another unit. Like so that was basically just denying your opponent being able to get to the objectives. And I think that this list is already powerful, the Chaos Ascendant list, but they also have that as well, where they can deny you any room on the table.
So much control. Yeah. And and the fact it's a 50-50 too. It's interesting that they did it at 3 dice, like at 10 plus instead of just roll
2
7.
dice or something, where it could be a little bit harder. At least, 3 dice 10s isn't 10 the average roll on 3
they're
dice.
both averages.
Yeah,
So, it's
so
like, why'd
at
you go
least
3 dice
if you wanted to make it a little bit fairer, you could make it 2 dice and then 10 plus, because then at least it's not going to happen as often.
That's it.
You might be able to have a chance of getting around the table.
This is awesome.
There's
we've
so much chaos
yeah.
on this table.
And we've got some bunch of dead Mortek at the back there.
Oh, they are dead.
Yeah, I think that's the graveyard, isn't it, at the back there? That's
So
it.
this here, you reckon?
Yeah, I think that's the graveyard.
They were removed from the centre, weren't they? Yeah, so that was
that's a lot less Mortek in the middle there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They've just been like shot
And
at.
he's just probably unleashed the flamers. I was actually surprised he didn't shoot them in the first turn, really.
Yeah, that he went for the top right-hand unit. Yeah, maybe he was trying to sneaky grab that unit up there, that objective up there, or clear it off so he could get it next turn.
Yeah, because he was in control and he knew he was in control in the middle.
Yeah.
So the big rats just failed to charge.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, crying on the inside.
Isn't it? That's heartbreaking. Let me get the tissues out.
Oh, CP reroll.
Oh, okay. We celebrated way too
Way
early.
too
then.
early. Oh, went way too early.
Oh, what do we got going on in the chat? So we got Joel, 62.5% chance to roll
Roll
a
a
10
2 plus. Right.
Yep.
As opposed to 50. So that's as opposed to 50-50 on a 7 on 2 dice, I guess. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, if you roll like Dave too, you get fairly lucky. I mean, he's 50-50 at the moment. He didn't do it in the first turn, but he's done it on his second turn. So we'll see if he can manage to do it in his third turn. So
yeah. So just Adam, the Chaos Ascendant list is from the Wrath of the Everchosen book, which has got some really cool stuff.
it was clearly overlooked, I reckon.
Yeah. Sorry.
I said it was overlooked.
Yeah.
I think because there was a lot of people talking about how bloodthirsters can do this and that, and
The run
some
and
of
charge
some of the
bloodthirsters,
Nurgle stuff was really good in there. The Blessed Sons, I think it was.
Yep.
But to be honest, I never even paid attention to the Legions of Chaos Ascendant.
No.
So Bellicor looks like he's gone up in the centre there. He's just like,
That's
hey.
it. Hi. He's got really cocky. It'll be see if the Mortek guard can cut him down. Oh, but they're at neg 1 to hit. Neg 1 attack, aren't they, from the Geminids earlier?
They are.
So they're only 1 attack each. They're going nowhere. Oh my gosh.
We haven't actually been told or found out, maybe is the correct term, who Bellicor has, I don't know the technical term, cucked?
Yeah.
Is that how you'd say that?
Shivved. He's been shivved.
We haven't found out who he's picked to be able to do nothing unless you roll a 5 up.
Apparently the big rat's about to have a crack, so we'll see how this four-fold blade with a bazillion rolls goes.
Man, this is...
This is going to be awesome.
You know, like...
Mortek Guard don't like mortal wounds.
No, they don't.
How many mortal wounds do we have? We've just got
7.
7d3 plus 2. Wow.
That is bonkers.
Wow.
So he rolled 2 6s there, and then obviously.
bunch of 5s. Is it 5s?
5 pluses, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 6s do an extra one on top.
Do they? Oh.
Yeah, that's where the +2 come from.
14 mortal wounds, apparently. Wow. I just want to check and see if he isn't used, because we're only in turn 2. Yeah, so he hasn't used Bellacor's little shiv yet, yeah.
No.
What we were talking about before.
Yeah. The shiv. Shiv action.
Do you think he'd use it? It'd be interesting.
Well, I thought he would have used it on Nagash, to be honest, and Nagash wouldn't be able to do anything, but
Oh, look, we've got some Mortek Guard melting.
that's rough.
It is.
And there's not a thing you can do.
No.
Like, he's just rolled into combat and gone, yeah, you can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he 12, he only made 2 6-ups. Deathless.
Ah, dear. Now, if he had a harvested gem, no.
He could have rolled.
He would have rolled a bunch of 4-ups and only lost 2 of them.
Yeah. From his first turn saves were really good.
Yeah.
But mortal wounds are a whole different kettle of fish.
Mortal wounds, yeah, and that's where I think some of these new books that are coming out with all this mortal wound output's going to be really, really sad days for OBR.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure
like the
people
Lumineth
crying.
can, nearly every unit in the Lumineth book so far can do some mortal wounds at some stage. So
yeah, you got all these. So you see, this Chaos Ascendant list pumping them out. You got Seraphon pumping them out as well.
that is true. I don't think that unit's going to be in combat anymore. I think they must be out of 3-inch range at the back there.
Yeah, so he's probably just trying to conserve points in terms of leaving them in. Although he's going, because Dave's gone first, so he could have attacked and then kind of retreated them out, I guess, if he wanted to hold the point.
Yeah. So I think Dennis was nearly tempted to try and bring him back in, like move him 3 inches and pile in, but it just measured it and he was out. So that actually probably worked in his favour. Like you said, conserving points. So.
Okay, so we've got some pinks piled in there. So we've lost a whole bunch of Mortek Guard down in the middle there.
Yep, there's only a couple of them left, I think.
It's looking very grim, isn't it?
It's very grim. You know, he's not going to have much left.
No.
And at least they're immune to battle shock, I suppose. But next turn is going to be pretty vital for Dennis. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do from here. Like there is so much chaos there, controlling the table, as we've said. Two
big units of 20 Mortek Guard have just been pretty much annihilated.
Yep.
And all Chaos Ascendant is doing is bringing more babies to the table.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And unfortunately, just the survivability of those OBR is just not quite there. Like as you said, like mortal wounds is brutal against any army really.
So he's got there's still some options to go, still some play to go. I mean, he's got to have a turn. Nagash is going to bring a couple of guys back.
You just hope that he could win. Have his turn next and win priority to try and stay in the game and get some points, because you really don't want to. You really don't want to do it much with these guys up here. You just sort of want to stay there and be able to outnumber that Vermin Lord and keep the points.
Yep.
You don't really want to provoke any combat there. So if he can do his next turn and then win priority, at least he can have that for 2 turns.
Yep.
He could probably keep that for 2 turns as well, because the chaos stuff's down there. And hopefully Nagash can.
So we've got some dudes coming back in.
Rightio.
Yep. So we've got three guys, some people getting summoned back. So just to look at some of these comments here, we've got no idea why Dennis pulled away. I would have gone in and tried to do some damage, because like Warg Lord Joel, thank you very much for being involved in the stream today. Corruptor gets really bad as it brackets, which they do.
It does. It really does. But
he's only got 12 wounds?
Yeah, 12 wounds, but he's got his own 5-up after save. Then he has the 6-up.
And you'd think that, because you've got Lord of Change there, that Dave's left him within 8 inches of the Corruptor to give him the 5-up.
So he's got two 5-ups, plus his normal armor save. So it depends if he spends a RDP to make them -2 rend, because that'll be a 6-up, then a 5-up, 5-up.
Yeah.
Or if he doesn't, it'll be a 5-up, 5-up, 5-up. 5.
Okay, my little brains
5, 5, 5.
exploded out of that. I'm not quite sure.
So my guess there, Joel, was basically to try and secure that objective, maybe.
But now he's gone back.
But now
in.
he's gone back in. So
Yeah.
you're right. Like I don't really know why he did that.
It's okay.
But
We'll make.
we might not have seen something.
No.
Dennis might be able to pull something out here and just get rid of that vermin lord.
It's going to surprise us all. And by the way, Be'lakor has indeed shivved Nagash.
I was just going to say, if he hasn't, then at least if he doesn't roll a 5 up, old matey here could probably go around and I don't know whether you want to deal with him because he's such a mortal wound expert at the moment, or just try and deal with that.
Yeah. It's almost like he's, I don't know. Like I think because he's got the movement with those stalkers. They go 6, so they can move 9, charging, and they can actually. With an RDP, they can fly and re-roll their charge too, so they can be pretty, pretty comfortable in terms of making a small charge.
Yeah.
So he could run them into the middle there with Nagash.
But are you confident enough that they're going to wipe out a whole unit without having a spam of horrors?
No, I don't think so. But if you got, although he's got a roll of 5 up for Nagash to move and charge.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So. So if you could get Nagash in there by rolling some 5s, you can start engaging in those pinks with the Mortec Guard that are up the top there on the Arch Cavalos. I think he's just got to go all in, really.
Well, it's either that or they're going to smush his face.
Well, they're just going to sit there and accrue victory points.
Well, I mean, they haven't
just got nothing.
That's right. They haven't quite got this one yet. But like if Dave gets the next turn, like I feel like that's what he's going to go for.
Yeah, for sure.
Because then you can just get 3 points for this side, and then he'll get 3 points for this side, and then he's definitely comfortable here.
Yep.
Like.
So we've had a couple of updates, Gemma.
Yeah.
So we've got the Shooty Ogres have just wiped the floor with the Tempest Eye free Cities of Sigmar.
Rightio, so that's Ham and Josh?
Yeah, that was Ham and Josh. So that was where we had the Stonehorn went into the 30 handgunners and went, good night nurse, thanks for coming.
Yep.
It's a bit emotional. And then from what I understand, Nagash took out, one of the other tables with Nagash took out 75 skinks in one turn.
75 skinks?
Yeah.
Did I hear that right? 75?
I'm pretty sure it was 75.
Just
check.
75. Wow, that's
was it 75 skinks that got nailed by Nagash in turn 1?
What's that?
75 skinks, was it?
Yeah.
75. We have it confirmed. 75 skinks. Cool.
I've only stopped 5 in Nagash's spells so far.
Oh, because it can't cast.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we just
so the shiv's sticking out of his ribs, and he's just irritating him enough to stop his spellcasting.
There's answers for everything in this list so far, isn't it?
It's the best.
So basically, we've sort of talked to the table boss there. So if you didn't catch up on that information, Be'lakor did pick Nagash as like a 5 up, can't do anything unless you roll a 5 up. Sorry, so he can't cast any spells.
No.
So far he's stopped. What did he say? 5 of his 8 spells has been stopped.
Just by that.
Just by that.
Wow.
He hasn't even had to waste a D spell. He's just like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, just gives the shiv a little bit of a twist and
a couple of spirits just leak out.
Yeah. He's got the jandal slapping him. Yep. So 3 wounds to the Vermin Lord. Yeah, 3 wounds to the Vermin Lord from Nagash.
In the magic phase, and that was it.
Wow. I'm underwhelmed.
Wow, this is definitely insightful.
Wow. This is such a complete list, this one.
Yeah, like normally, you build a list and it's just really good in sort of like an area. This list is definitely got...
it's competing hard in all phases.
Yeah.
Not just a little bit. Like I guess it doesn't probably do a lot of melee output, to be fair. Like you got the Vermin Lord, of course, and Be'lakor can do a little bit of damage, but in reality, it's just I'm going to be taking plenty of punches and I've got so many dice and doing so many things. I'm just going to keep.
But yeah, exactly. And when all the other phases are pretty strong with them, I'm pretty sure you can just have a phase that's probably not as.
And then it's in Battleshock phase, it rolls a 1 and brings back more pink horrors.
Oh,
it is awesome.
That is.
Yep.
So it looks like I have a new army to play. No, I've got all these models.
Oh dear. Oh
Oh.
dear. Yep. So yeah. So we've got the stalkers moving faster.
Yep. So I probably should do some points catching up here. To be
Oh yeah.
honest,
Yep.
like, so Dave then would have got another. He would have got
So you got
5 then.
another 4 points.
Oh, 4. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. 1, 2,
So he's
3,
on
4.
it. Yep.
So where am I at? Here. 4. I don't think he spent any CP at the moment.
No, he did. He spent one to
He spent
to re-roll the charge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, for the Vermin
So-
Lord. Yep. As we were celebrating.
We were like, oh, that's terrible.
uh,
Celebrated way too early. And then
Yep.
Dennis just spent 1, didn't
one
he?
RDP, yeah,
Yeah.
to move the stalkers 9 inches. Yeah.
So I'm guessing.
So he'll be just outside of 3, and he's going to get a charge there.
All right. Yeah.
But I don't know
I
if
think he's got 3. I'm not sure because he
Yeah.
would have had to roll, and he's averaged 4 so far. So
Yeah, I think he's only used that one.
yeah.
Oh, he might have used one. We'll just check if he used one on the Gash's army-wide ability.
Oh yeah. But can he do it?
Yep.
With, oh no, it is an ability, so he
Yep,
can get
yeah,
these
so he can
abilities
still
off.
do that. That's
Yep.
it. Yep.
So we'll get our.
Oh, hold on. No, that's a command ability. Oh, I wonder if that's. I don't know. We'll have to find out if that was actually possible because it's a command ability, not like a war scroll ability.
I still think he'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
I still reckon.
I reckon Dave could just be nice and let him do it. Like,
Well, he should. I mean, with what's happening on the table at the moment, it's
yeah. I will allow it.
yeah, you can have this one. So,
apparently,
but is he able to use his command
could
ability?
was he able to use? Did he use his command ability? The
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
so
he can't move.
Yep.
He's not able to move.
So he's only got 1 RDP. There we go.
Okay, so he's
Yep.
got 1 left.
So
Let's
he's-
fix that up. I
He
can do
hasn't
that.
used it- Yeah, he hasn't used it for the charge thing for the stalkers. When does he use the one? He's going to. Oh, he might not use it for the charge.
Oh, he's only 3
Wow.
inches away, I think. So.
Yeah, but
But-
still, OBR can't re-roll charges,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
don't get the bonus. Like at least with Mortec Guard and the Death Riders, you get +1 to charge.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So we've just been told that Nagash managed to overcome the Shiv and shoot
Yep.
and missed.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
And he can't charge
And he can't
either.
charge.
Well, it's a
Oh,
rough trot
wow.
for Nagash. He's just stuck there,
Wow.
really, at this point.
Yep.
Everything coming up
Oh,
chaos.
Here we go. So we've got the Stalkers who've obviously rolled a decent charge because they are going hard. And he's still got 1 RDP left, which is good.
So he's going right into the pinks that were there by the looks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And he's moved the Mortec Guard up. They were at the top there.
oh
And
yeah,
they
he's
started
moved them
moving
forward.
And the Arch Cav's gone into. I wonder if he's going to charge the Arch Cav into the pinks and just to hold him up.
I think he might have if he got this charge off, but I'm pretty sure he failed it.
Yeah, right.
So I just saw him roll 2 dice and then shake his head. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like that Mortec Guard are going anywhere.
No. This has been a super interesting game. It's so different watching it like this as well. And
It is
Wow.
way out of left field. Like just
Yeah.
watching all the mechanics of this list too. Like it's just bits and pieces of all different chaos marks, but they seem to all work together or have their job in the list to create some sort of inconvenience anyway.
That's just the amount of board control with the thing and the shooting, and very different. Like I did watch one of the tabletop simulator games with was it the US version that we were talking about earlier?
Yep.
With the 12 Kadai.
Yeah.
And they got. I think there was one game where they got stuck into. I'm just trying to remember what it was now. But the Kadai just didn't. There was some high armor saves they don't like because they don't have any rend, right?
Yeah.
So they got held up for quite a bit, but just the amount of bodies that got put on the board and the amount of wounds, it was just, yeah. And the Kadai were just one threat.
Yep.
And Millie didn't have a lot of shooting that particular list. But
Yeah, it's pretty crazy actually. I haven't seen the Kadai being used lately. Like a lot of people, there's a lot of chat about them. People are building them. So, yeah, they must be.
And
They must be pretty
they're
popular.
Forge World models, aren't they? So
They are, yeah, Chaos Dwarf.
yeah.
So,
Okay, so the So the Archaon Corn has just smashed to pieces the Moulder list, which is probably not surprising.
No,
really.
so what was that, turn 2, did I hear?
Turn 2, it's game over. Yeah.
Oh,
I think I can see. Yeah, no damage to the big rat from the Mortek guard.
well, that's disappointing.
Oh.
I was hoping he could at least bracket him
Yeah.
once, because now he's going to attack back and do all of the mortal wounds.
All of the mortal
wounds. He may as well just take that unit off the table
Wow.
if he rolls the same as what he did last time.
And it looks like so Bellacor's had a crack at the Stalkers.
Oh, he has? He's reached over and tried to strangle them
Give
from
him a bit of
afar.
a stab in the face, yep.
Yep.
With his little sword, because he's not very big, is he?
He's not, eh? They should make a new model for him, actually. I would be keen to see a new model for Be'lakor.
Yep, Stalkers are activating. Here
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
Let's see if they can do some work.
Into the pinks.
Yep. Yep, so very interesting.
Yeah, a couple
I
of
think there's some more bodies.
extra point of damage and an extra point of rend on these fellas.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, this is where they can do some significant damage.
I hope so.
And so they'll be rend 2, so they'll go straight through the pinks.
18 damage.
Yeah, 18 damage.
Was it 18? 18!
Ooh,
18
ooh.
damage.
Yep.
So he's rolling his 6-ups, I
Yeah.
imagine, because they get that with this Legion of Chaos Ascendant, but they're
Yeah.
definitely
And
not
they've-
going to be within 8 inches of the Lord of
Little
Change.
change,
to
yeah. And
get
they've
the
got their
5.
own 6-up too, don't they, as well?
I believe so. I believe
so
they were.
sixes and
Yeah,
sixes,
when
yeah.
they were brought in with the new book, I think they gained that after save,
Yep.
so they get the 2
Yeah.
after saves. Because I mean, you know, everyone needs 2.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, all the cool kids.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
It looks like he's pulling a few of them off the table,
He
so
has. Yeah.
that's a good sign. I don't know
Yeah.
how many by the looks of that,
Yeah,
but
was
I'd
some-
say I'm going to guess and say 7.
Yeah. Yep. And then you'll see some. Well, he's reaching into the pool.
Ooh,
Yep, reaching into the pool.
his box of goodies.
Here he comes. Oh, here come the goodies.
He's
Yep.
bringing out some brimmies.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though. Look, this is the thing. Like we're saying, if Dennis can manage to get the priority. I mean, the Corruptor, we've still yet to see the Corruptor attack and do all of the mortal wounds.
All of the mortal
All
wounds.
of the mortal wounds, yes. And we're pretty confident he's going to do
I think
all
so.
of the mortal wounds.
When you have 10 attacks and can reroll your hits,
Yeah,
I don't even think it states reroll all failed hits. I think it states reroll all hits.
yeah.
So if you're
it's,
unsatisfied and just get greedy,
I want all of the mortal
I
wounds.
just rolled too
please.
many 4s, I'll try and reroll them into 5s.
Well, he's probably hitting on 3s normally anyway, so like, you know,
Yeah,
why not roll the 4s?
he's,
Let's go.
yeah.
Bring it on.
I think it's 3s and 3s.
Yeah. Well, there's some-
He's not really that great unless he has like a weapon or something on him, like the sort of judgment or something like that. Like he's all right, but I never had, from my experience anyway, he's never been fantastic. But now that you can put these weapons on him, he's just gone from average Joe to just like Brad Pitt.
Oh, jeez. Well, there you go. So Stalkers did some work in turn 2. It's good that they got in there.
They did actually. It's about time something's come up the OBR
Yeah.
way. So
Yeah. And we've got another update is that we've got another OBR player is winning on table 2.
ooh, okay.
Yes. Yep.
I don't even know where table
I think
2
that's
is here.
another
So
Nagash list over
that's
there.
a Zach one, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have Nagash in his list too. Yep.
So we've now got 11 blues and 9 brimstones.
All right, so that is some significant damage that was done by the Stalkers. Yeah, to bring
Yeah,
out some
they wa-
brimmies.
Watch out a heap, and now there's more.
That's
dudes.
that's
There's
exactly
even
what I
more
was
than
saying
was there
before. I was like,
originally.
unless you can wipe the whole unit
Yeah.
out, it doesn't really necessarily
No.
is a benefit there because you actually have to verse more.
That's insane.
But at least now, once he kills these off, they're done.
Oh yeah, that's it.
But then on a 10 plus, Pinks can come back somewhere and do it somewhere else. Just in case you needed to hear that
I
again.
feel like I need to slap my own self in the face with a gentle. It's just. It's unbelievable.
There's a lot
Well, what's
happening
the word?
here.
The Princess Bride. Inconceivable.
Yeah. He says it with a lisp though, doesn't he?
Well,
So,
the Ironclad just got hand of dusted by Nick Cash.
oh, can't say I'm fucking sad about that.
Oh, that's just superb.
That is,
Yeah.
you know, that's the thing about these
Yeah.
tournaments. It's so funny when little things like that happen too, you know. Like one game they can be going boss, the next minute they just get this little hand of dust, or even
Yep.
Archaon taking stuff off the table is pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah. Archaon certainly, since the Slays book came out, it's just he's changed things around massively. Like he's so much better, which is awesome.
Oh, it's about time too, though. Like,
Yeah.
how many years did it take for him to the end of worlds, the Slayer
Yeah.
of Kings,
With his
and it's
neg
just
one
like
round.
neg 1 round. All right, more Tech Guard can have neg 2 if they spend an RDP. Like, how does a battle line unit outrun the Slayer? Like, it's just, I'm like, nah.
Wow, he wasn't very Slayer of Kingy against in our game, unfortunately.
Unfortunately
that was the
not,
thing.
no.
Yeah.
You just
Although-
debuffed him too much, mate, with
Yeah,
your neg 2
neg two,
hit.
that was
it was
insane.
brutal.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Yeah, so I was just reminiscing again.
Just a bit of
Just,
savagery.
you know, given the mayhem and slaughter I'm seeing in front of me of my poor
It's
fellows.
just like my jaw has dropped. I just can't. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get my head around how I would play against this. Like, there's just that many bodies to chew through, and I just don't know what I'm not entirely sure what I would do.
No. Sorry, we're just getting an update. What was that, sir?
60.
6D3 mortal wounds with the rat.
Okay, so they
Oh,
explode.
here we go. We've got some dice getting rolled. 17 mortal wounds.
So I rolled them out.
So he rolled 6D3, so total of maximum of 18, and he's rolled 17 of them. There's not a lot you can do about that. No.
I just-
it's like,
Oh, I think I
Yeah.
just vomited in my mouth a little bit. Like, what the fuck, Colin? That is atrocious.
isn't it?
You know, like, I sort of feel dirty in a way because I'm like, I have so much more respect for Chaos when they win just from, like, pure, you know, fighting hard and slaughter
Yeah.
against this putrid friggin' Petrifex. But they're just as gross. Like,
Wow.
what they can do here is just as gross.
Yep, and now you've got a CP being used to pass battle shot in the morning. Sorry, in the middle there.
Oh, okay. Yep,
And
that last
so
CP
Dennis
he had.
Dennis has scored in a huge 1 point.
Right. And we're going to go into
got-
priority.
So we've just had the priority roll, and OBR has managed to squeak it out on a 2.
Two.
That is.
Oh, so,
so 1 point. Yeah. So it's 5 plays 8, and he's got priority.
and he's got priority.
And no more shiv. So he's pulled the shiv out, looked at Be'lakor with a glare. Yeah, the big middle finger, the bony middle finger's come out.
Yep, this long,
But
disgusting.
the Geminids have been moved.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he'll still be affected by that,
He will,
I
yeah.
assure.
So he'll probably be niggling it, but he's in a world of pain. I wonder if Nagash is still... Did Nagash not hold that objective on the left-hand side there?
He looks like he's just on it.
Yeah. We'll just ask Table Boss.
Yeah, that's a
Yep.
good spot,
Hey,
actually.
Mac,
You gotta yell at him like a naughty child.
Mac.
So anyway,
So
I'll
what?
talk some shit on the table.
You'll
So
talk some stuff while we check this out.
Basically,
did Nagash hold the
I
other
think
objective on the left-hand
he's
side?
finding out whether he has any more RDP. We are just wondering if Nagash is actually on the objective there, because then this guy would not have taken it away.
Yeah, so that's where Dennis got his one.
Well, what about
Oh no, he got that
No,
one there as well.
so then Dave shouldn't have. Yeah. So we'll just change that. So
Yeah,
sorry everyone.
that's right.
Carwin had a good spot, and it looks. We're just going to confirm. It looks like he's on the objective there. So
Yep,
he'll
so
hold. He actually holds that until there's more more there.
Dudes, yeah.
And he
But
actually has this one too.
He can't hold it by himself though. He's just going to move those plague bearers up and take it.
Yeah,
Or
that
just
is
create another, 9, 10 pink horrors. Yeah.
true. Oh, yeah, he can do that. But
So sorry, Warlord Joel in the chat. It is re-roll all hits, for the corruptor, as far as we understand it. So he can go and re-roll the stuff he just doesn't like and keep fishing for those 5s.
Yeah. So I have to find out how many RDP, because I'm pretty sure Dennis just rolled up his dice to see if he's got 4 or 3 or 6 or whatever. Not sure. Hopefully he rolled some 6 this time to be able to spend them up.
We'll just wave our hands in the air like we just don't care. And see
We'll see if we can catch his attention and see what happens. Did Dennis get how many RDP did he get that turn?
What's that?
How many? Oh, okay. Right.
Can you get?
Thank you. He's so helpful.
He is.
Right?
Yes.
He's a true
What a
asset
trooper.
to the failed charge.
What a trooper. He's got 5.
Oh, he's got one more
Wow,
this
he got
turn.
more. Yeah, wow. He can cast the spell too to get them, but I'm pretty he doesn't have a lot of units left anymore, so it's probably not necessary.
No.
Okay, Nexus has done
Yeah, so if
nothing.
anyone's just joining us, these are all dead up here.
Yeah, that's all dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
yeah.
Not coming back.
So he's got this guy, these guys here, and there are some stalkers there. And that... Oh, and
Yep.
the Liege Cavalos, sorry, I forgot about over here.
And the 10 more tier up the top. Yep. But none in the middle. Geminids are gone.
Yep.
And I'm sure they'll just get recast. But anyway.
I'd say so. There is a lot of magic in this game.
Yeah. Although, Nagash is currently unwounded.
Yep. He sure is.
Yeah, wow.
I don't know whether he spent an RDP to use his command ability or not. I presume he would have.
Yeah, he would have, yeah. So,
So-
let's just take it off and just say he has.
Yep, we'll make up the
Yep.
game as we go.
That's
We'll
it.
tell them how they're playing it.
You're just going to make it up. Let's just say what.
Oh, it
let's just say
turns
what
out
they're
OBR
rolling.
wins the game because...
Oh,
Oh, dear.
right. But yeah, those stalkers have still got so much work to do. Nagash can't move, so he's not going to have. He's got to try and keep that objective. So really, he's going to have to go and hammer the corruptor.
Yeah, which I think he should be able to take. Oh, well, it
Yeah.
depends on how he rolls with his after saves, I suppose, but
Yeah.
he should be able to take down the corruptor.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah. Yeah. He just really could have done with some more tech guards sitting on that middle objective, really.
Yeah, it only lasts until the next. Yeah, so Dave would have done it in his turn to Dennis, and then it happens in Dennis's turn, but then because he won the double, it goes away. It can't last more than.
Just the one turn.
It's just the one turn, so
Yeah.
he's not cucked
No,
by
the shiv has
Be'lakor.
been
Yeah,
removed.
he's pulled it out, thrown it back to Be'lakor and said, "Get me next time, mate."
Yeah, nice
Oh,
work.
just
Yeah, he's given him the golf clap. Well played. Well played, Be'lakor.
Yeah.
Well played.
got me by surprise. You
Yeah,
sneaky,
oh, you sneaky little bugger.
sneaky little demon. They need to make a new model for Be'lakor.
Oh, because little is the right word, isn't it?
Yeah,
Far out.
I think actually,
tiny
I'm
model.
pretty sure he has a
Yeah,
converted one
that's it.
over there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Because I have got one of the original old model, and it's cool as it is, but in this day and age, when everything else has grown, Be'lakor
Yeah.
needs a facelift.
Yeah. So the Gatling cannon that is Nagash is going nutso. So we're just going to watch dice get rolled and mortal wounds get inflicted, basically. I think. So
Yep.
there's still a bit of
So the rat's taken some
yeah,
more
the rat's
wounds by
taking
the
some
look of that.
damage. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's easy picking for Nagash if he gets over there, and
Yeah, he's just run out of bodies though. That's the issue, right?
he has
Yeah,
definitely.
It's just like even if Nagash runs around there to plug it, like let's say even got really well and killed the corruptor. He's still, even if he runs around that corner, he can't stop a lot really.
Not really, no.
Plague bearers can still
yeah,
charge.
that's
They can
right.
go around the corner.
They'll outnumb him because he's only one model. So it's
Yeah.
a bit of an uphill battle for Dennis at the moment, just as purely, like we said, there's this lack of models on the table
That's it.
on his side.
Yeah, at least the Corruptor's going to be dropping his attacks with some of the brackets going down.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So it won't be like 17 mortal wounds anymore.
No, it'll be like 12.
He'll still roll really well for the minimum that he can have.
Yeah, at least Nagash is one block he can take out the Corruptor with his, because he's got a 4+ mortal wound save. Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so
we never saw the Cadaverous
barricade,
cavalcade or barricade,
whatever
or
it's
whatever
called,
it is.
the horse thing.
Yep. And the all the what was the other thing? Oh, the Bone Tie Shrieker. When you can't roll 5-ups to cast stuff, you're not really going to get spells out, are you?
No, that was like actually surprisingly really good. I didn't even think about that for some reason. I don't know why. I just thought, he'd still be able to do spells and stuff, but no. And it's a 5-up for. Is it every time he tries to cast a spell, he's going to roll a 5-up?
Yep. 8 times he was rolling the dice.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's just such a good ability, hey?
So it looks like they've moved forward over on that right-hand objective. He looks like he's going to try and. I'm guessing he's going to try and charge that unit of pinks there.
You'd think so. Tasty beverage.
Pepsi Max.
Yes.
So the lead
Keeps the wheels turning.
Cavalos has
gone in,
but he's cut across the front of the Mortec Guard and gone over where the Nexus is.
Yep.
And then it doesn't look like the Mortec Guard charged in at all. So he's basically just using that Liege Cavalos to tag the side of that unit.
Yeah.
And just hold them there, hopefully, for a turn.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so
is the Bellicor thing still in play? I thought it was only for one turn.
I thought it was only for one turn.
Is it to his next hero phase?
Yeah, still like,
Oh,
okay. I
apologies.
misunderstood. Oh, my apologies. I misunderstood what Dave said. I thought Dave said it was only till. Yeah, sorry. You are right there, Joel. Sorry, I misunderstood the explanation of it. I thought, it was only for one turn.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, he said the next hero phase, but he didn't clarify which one, so I just presumed. Sorry.
That's right. We're learning lots.
We are learning lots. Not necessarily. I don't know. It's not necessarily terrible, but it is at the same. Like, there's no real good and bad thing here because at least he's still holding that because he hasn't. The Verminlord hasn't taken it off him, but he's still a threat there, which probably would have been nice to get rid of. But
not going to happen.
We've seen the rolls of his mortal wounds.
And this is the Stalkers are attacking now. He gave him +1 attack.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm hoping they can do just as much damage as what they did last time.
Yeah, so
if
what
not
they killed
more.
last time? Was it 17? No, 15.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 18 or something, 17 or 18.
Oh no, that's just the Corruptor. We're getting confused.
Oh yeah.
Which is a sad statement in itself.
He's unbelievable. I think I'm going to have to do some study when I get home and break out the Wrath of the Ever-Chosen book.
Oh, it's becoming a bit like that, isn't it? Like there's so many different iterations of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's great. So we've got 14 wounds on the horrors.
Yep.
And brims and blues and whatever else is
just
in there.
Just a mixture of colours. Yep.
It's just a rainbow at the moment, isn't it?
There is just all of the horrors in the centre there.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Take your horrors off.
Take your horrors.
It's a good nursery rhyme, isn't it?
Mary had a little horror.
Yeah.
Just insert random nursery rhymes with horrors. There we go. Wow, so just so many bodies. So many bodies.
It's just amazing how much the game has changed in the last 12 months. Like the meta.
Incredible. And it's going to change further now that we're all coming, in some of the parts of the world we're coming out of isolation and able to get some games going and seeing what some of the, because we're a little bit delayed in terms of the meta, I guess.
100% we are.
All these things coming out now that probably would have been happening 4 or 5 months ago.
What have we got there? Ken Sattler. Horror
Skittles.
Yeah. It's going to be a horror movie soon.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested to see what the Chaos Ascendant list would be like against another either magic heavy or shooting heavy. If he was playing against something that had a bit of melee and shooting, like decent shooting and sort of all right melee.
Yep.
So you could have some stuff, like you said, some threat in the back line trying to shoot stuff off as well. But I'm not sure if it'd be enough too. Like, every game's different. If he rolls heaps of 10 pluses and gets 400 units of horrors on the table, it's really hard to deal with that many numbers.
Yeah, very much so. But that's the thing. I mean, at least even that's the thing. Having one, I'll just at least keep one catapult in that OVR list that I've been running, just to be able to thread and stuff at the back. Like when you're doing 5 damage a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can unit of 10 horrors have just gone whoop, and yes, there's blues and stuff in there, but it's whittling them down quickly. Like he could have been, bombing the flamers, which just really obliterated that middle unit of Mortek Guard in turn 2. That
100%,
little
because
things like that
you can shoot them and then get in combat with them. So you're having a turn of getting at them twice.
But it's a trade-off. You've
Magic
got Nagash, Nagash 880 points.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So that's the issue, right? You've got. Well, it's the challenge of playing with someone like Nagash.
Well, it's either you try and have a lot of magic, or you don't have much magic in it, and try and go for something else, like you said, long range shooting, or a bit more stick in the melee section, or either focusing and bringing healing and bringing stuff back too. Like with your list, at least the harvesters are not too bad in combat, but they also
have a bit of shooting.
They have a little bit of shooting. Like we saw them ping off a priest.
Yep.
But they also offer that healing. Like, yes, it's on a 4-up, but you still, that's 50% of the time that you're probably going to be healing your units.
Yeah, because you look at this here, like with all those horrors getting hammered, the harvester would have been going noms and using those dead horrors to bring back more Mortek Guard.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. But yeah, it's just different. I mean, it's matchups in a tournament.
Oh, definitely. Matchups, people, how they write their list, the play style, experience as well. Like I know poor old Dennis hasn't had very many games. I think the last games we played were in March. Well, he has. I've played 2 since then, I think, or 3. So it's amazing. It's like going to the gym. You get buffed, then you don't go for like a month, and then
you get buffed.
You're back at square one.
That's it. You deteriorate so quick. Yeah. But yeah, so we've got some dice being rolled here, which I think are for the Mortek Guard. Yeah, the Archcab was all good, but he doesn't throw out much in the way of damage.
No, he was just there to hopefully keep them, so he can have the objective for another turn, and then maybe Dave's turn too. Depends. Like if they pole in 3 inches here, I'm not sure what the distance is between there.
Yeah. Well, the Archcab's base is 3 inches, or thereabouts.
Oh, okay.
So
they're a fair bit away.
Yeah, so they're. Oh no, it's a little bit less.
A little bit less.
So yeah, I think they'll still be out.
Yeah.
I don't think, although they can pile around them onto the objective, as part of the issue.
Or if you take them off and then put Breamies there instead, like that's another way.
I wonder if he could do that. Yeah, pile around the side. Lose some of them and then be popping, because he'd be dragging the Mortek and the top into combat. He's not going to get a lot of them in combat.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can actually...
you can if you're in combat.
If you're in combat with them already, but so
if he piles round
like he's doing now.
Here we go, yeah. So he's going to drag them in, lose some pinks and go, oh well.
I'll put some blues there, boys.
No. Oh no!
Oh no!
I've got the blues that can go down.
Just worked out in my advantage.
How surprising, the ex-Australian master doing something to his advantage, and utilising a little move like a 3-inch pile in to cap objectives and create more, and killing his own dudes effectively, saying, here you go, chop them up, sunshine, because you can't not attack. No. That's an interesting thing in itself.
That is right, yeah. So hopefully we just don't make dicks of ourselves here, and he does bring it back where we say he does. It'll be pretty funny if he just starts bringing them back here somewhere like, oh.
You'll be like, oh, I never saw that come. But then we get to learn as well, Gemma.
That's true.
That's one of the best things.
It is.
I love it.
So we'll see if the Mortek can do anything.
Stalkers, he did like, what did he do, 12 wounds or 14 wounds or something. And it still looks like there's the same amount of blob.
It's unfair.
It's so good.
But not at the same time, because, OBR, they've sort of had their day, but not, in a way.
It was such a short kind of window.
It was. It was like, you can be good from here.
Yeah, for like 3 months. Go.
Yeah. And in that 3 months, we have COVID, so you get fuck all anyway. So
because they were kind of good, like, I reckon, what was it, October?
Yeah.
Yeah, October. And then they were at CanCon. There's quite a few, and Was it Josh who did really well with the
he
All
did,
Death
yeah.
Rider list,
Yep.
and the gash and that, and that was January, and then COVID. Sorry,
Bam.
ADR. Your
Yep.
day in the sun has gone.
Gone. So what have we got, Ken, in the chat
yeah.
there?
All the flavours of the river. Okay, so we're just we're about to see OBR have done as much as they can. So they've got 2 more points, is it, Gemma? Must be.
Yeah, so the gash will keep this one here,
Yeah.
and they would have kept that one there.
Yeah.
So, 2 points.
2 points. And they're about to lose some more points.
About to lose some more points.
Yeah. So we'll have a CP come back in for the Chaos Ascendant. So
Yep.
Ken Sattler, Petra Arcan is a reasonable compromise points per efficiency compared to the Nagash points. Yeah, it may be that little meta twist is changing. Arcan, I was playing Arcan before. I took him to CanCon.
Yeah,
And he did pretty well. It was my own inability to use him properly. Yeah, moving on to
That'll do
objectives
it.
is really important apparently. And not having him blip off an
what are
objective.
objectives?
Yeah.
What are they?
But he is pretty squishy. He's
Hey.
very, very squishy.
Yeah, he's only got 11 wounds, isn't it, in a 4-up save, so...
Yeah, well, even though that goes to 3-up, it's just not. And he can just get mortal wounded off the board.
He does become a bit of a target, I have to say.
Yep, so Nagash is owning the magic phase once more from a Dispel
Just deny.
Deny. Oh, yes, because we've come into a new hero
Dave, yeah,
phase.
so
the
Dave has
Shivers-
now picked a new target to cuck,
No.
and he can't reveal it until it's Dennis's turn, I believe.
They can only do it once.
Once per game.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's it. So
Oh, okay, that's good
yeah,
then.
so
Phew.
Nagash has
Relax.
now finally removed the shiv.
In the 3rd turn, you may continue your journey.
Yeah, Bellicors, I will allow it. I will allow.
The master. The
So-
master of chaos.
That's it. The master of Chaos Ascendant. Yeah. Jeez. We're talking about before in terms of the no magic versus magic meta situation. There's still lots of armies, I guess, that aren't super focused in the magic phase. Iron Jaws, more tribes.
Yeah.
Us,
Got corn as well.
IDK, Corn, etc. Daughters, etc. But at the end of the day, cities are still normally can be a bit magic heavy, I guess. But yeah, taking the no magic situation really changes your headspace around it. You look how good Deepkin are a bit of an anomaly. I think they just seem to be good against whatever metas.
They
going.
are. It'd be interesting to see how they go against this too. They do have a fair bit of damage output in there quick. That would actually be a really good game. I would really like to watch actually.
Yeah, because you could just imagine a unit of 3 more Sargard coming on the backfield there.
Yeah.
He would have had to screen out differently. And they get that +3 from the Soul Scry.
They
going,
do
"See
if you
those guys
points."
over there?
Yeah.
Go and rip them up. Yeah. Next thing they're blipping in, mortal wounding and
just
chopping stuff up. Attack. If it's in turn 3, they get the
Retreat.
attack first or something.
Oh yeah, turn 3 they get to do that. Then there's retreat and charge. There's run and charge.
All the
there's
shenanigans.
cover. So the shooting would be a big thing in this.
Oh,
'cause they
yeah,
can only
yeah.
shoot the closest unit.
Yep.
So they have got tools to deal with everything, and they have had that book out for a while now. So if Dave Kerr could kindly line up a game against Luke McFadden and have us come down to stream it or something, or just watch it, that would be awesome.
It would be a good.
If this list versus Luke McFadden's list, I would really want to see how the Eels would be able
Well,
to.
there you go. I reckon you could take this list against Mix IDK.
I probably could. I just
Yep.
don't know if I could. Just don't know if I could play it as well.
That's got failed charge battle report written all over it.
Written all
Gemma.
over it, actually. Yeah, it
Yep.
does too.
Game on, I say. Yeah.
He's going to go down.
Yeah. I wonder how the Seraphon went. We had a couple of Croak lists, at least one anyway.
Yeah.
The Croak Focus. No
Croak
Croak
Focus.
NATO. What
Croak-
do you call it? Is that the Croak
Yeah,
NATO and
Croak
the Bale
NATO,
one? But he
yeah.
didn't take the Bale one.
Oh, right.
It was trying to make it, nicer.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice of him. Just to think about others, I guess. Such a generous person.
Yeah, you get some interaction because I can't push it out another 6 inches. Yeah.
Oh, it was nice to you. I didn't have an extra 6.
We're going deep into the box again. Here
shite.
look at this.
I feel like he rolled a 10 plus.
I think you're right.
Look how he just majestically throws the pinks on the table too. He's like,
yeah,
get over there. I wouldn't even perform for him if he threw me on the table.
Yep. So we must have a Gaunt Summoner up there, I think. Can you see?
Yeah,
yep.
he is.
Yeah,
He's
we've got the
hiding
Gaunt
behind
Summoner
that
hiding up
magnificent ice rock.
How
thing.
good. It just, yeah. I'm just shaking my head, almost speechless, Jim.
I mean, there's just bodies and bodies and bodies and...
Yeah, and Dennis is taking it like an absolute champ.
There's 50 wounds in that unit that just got brought onto the table, I think. Did I make it sound any better?
Oh, it's just 50 wounds.
Just 50 wounds. Casual 50.
Casual 50 just shot on there. It's funny watching him dig into the box of tricks though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Puts his hand in the box. Ooh, what have I got here? Ha You didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Oh no, they're only plague bearers or demonates.
Oh, wrong one, shit.
Yeah, no.
I would have been like, oh, too late now.
Jess,
You
they're on the table.
table. You've already put it down.
Table card.
Oh dear. Why else? Like honestly though, out of thinking about summoning stuff, or why else would you wouldn't take anything else? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, why would you take plague bearers? Like, you wouldn't summon them if you rolled a 10+. You'd have a Zinch hero in there to have that because they are so annoying.
Yeah.
Like they shoot. They like don't do anything in combat, but they just hold stuff up. But then you can break them down into brimmies and blues and brimmies. Like plague bearers can't do that.
Yeah. What I love is the 20-point Gaunt Summoner.
Yeah,
Was it
when he just
40 points? Because isn't he 240 or something?
I think
or
he's 260.
Or was it 260?
Yeah, so he throws out a unit, a 200-point unit, so he's 60 points virtually.
Yep. So even if they made it a unit of 5, or just made it Brim Horrors, not Brim, Blue Horrors, it would be a bit more palatable. But it is what it is, so we deal with what's in front of us.
That's
and
the rules.
We just watched Mortek Guard get taken off by shooting from pinks.
Just being overwhelmed
That's
by our bodies.
All the colours of the rainbow.
It is. The Skittles. Actually, you know when you look at these at the table and the paint scheme there is yellow, orange, blue, pink.
Oh, it's pretty.
Black.
Yep.
Green.
Yep. I'm still amazed that neither of my daughters have run over to have a bit of a look.
Oh, really?
Because they were like, oh, you're going to be filming a game, let's go.
Oh, we got a new comment.
Oh, here we go. I don't see why they didn't errata it to blues. Yeah, 3 gods with 1 to it. Yep, and 1 G, guess which people choose. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
That's 100%
exactly.
spot on.
Yep.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It might get fixed up in the next sort of...
Yeah, the GHB
there'll be a GHB
maybe,
coming out at some stage shortly, I imagine.
Yeah.
That's another hot topic to talk about.
That's it. Yeah, which we... did you get the
episode?
Yeah.
I haven't edited it yet, actually. I was going to give it to Mark because he's got a little bit more time than I do to get it out. So I have it on a USB. I just got to do a big palm off right there.
Big palm with the big handball.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. But that's what having a great team around you is for, Gemma. That's it. Yep, we've got more dudes getting killed. Here we go.
Some more.
Yeah.
More tech. That's these, into the dead pile at the back.
Oh wow! I thought they were all gone. I didn't realise there was still some in there.
I thought there were horrors there, to be honest. So I apologise. He actually had a sneaky unit of.
A sneaky unit, like 2 or 3 dudes in there.
They're just hanging there.
How are we meant to see that in the scrum that is the middle?
Probably
I don't know.
Just
ask the table boss. That would have been a good idea.
Yeah, well, he's doing his job really well there. He looks like it.
Yep. There's some stuff coming through in the feed, being interestingly distracting. Oh, I love it. Yeah. So has he still got the? No, so still the portals and the geminids are still off the table. So
they haven't been brought back on. I think.
Didn't really need to.
No, I think the gash also probably stopped a fair bit of what was going on there.
Yeah. So you got the plague bearers have moved up on the left-hand side there as we knew they were going to take that objective.
Yep.
It's pretty much game over.
Yeah, well, he'll get 3 points for that one.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'm pretty sure there's still Mortek Guard up here.
Yeah, there's still 5, I think. 5 Mortek Guard, and the Arch Cav is still on there, and the pinks piled in. So they're starting to touch it, but I think he was trying to charge maybe that unit of pinks in.
Yeah.
Or he may do.
In all honesty, Dennis has done really well here as well, because if it wasn't for the summoning, he's brought them on obviously. over there.
Yep.
You know, the middle section is now pretty weak because those 3 stalkers have done a pretty good job there. They'd be able to take those plague bearers a piece of piss when the time comes as well. You know, and he's whittled this sort of. He
Watch
can,
this.
you know, get through there. So
Here
I'm
we
not
go.
sure what's
You see
happening
that?
here.
The
No.
big rat just charged the gash.
Oh, it did. Yep, rightio. We're
Yep.
in.
And apparently the pinks on the far right there failed their charge.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yep.
They just have to stay there.
It is. But at the end of the day, I think the writing's on the wall, Gemma.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's a bit of an uphill slog, and
That's it.
and Dennis has done really well for how little he's actually played.
That's it.
And against this too, like this is a top tier. Like now that you see it working, how it's working, and by a person who has a bit of experience with it, yeah, there is a lot going on. You got to try and deal with it. It's pretty overwhelming.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Yeah, overwhelming and then some. Like, holy.
Yeah, so we'll see if this the rat's probably taken a fair few wounds, so we'll see if he can actually do. I'm not sure
here we go.
if he can take down the gash, but we'll see.
We're just
He's
getting an
brought
update.
out his Brishammer dice though.
Yeah, dodge. Didn't they get microwaved recently?
Oh, probably. He just got a new set.
Yep. So 7d3 plus 3.
7d3 plus 3.
Yeah, and then
You're kidding.
and
Still.
then 14 mortal wounds. Apparently we're rolling here.
For Nagash.
For Nagash, yeah.
So he's got his 4 up,
Yep.
and then he'll have a Deathless after that. If they call it Deathless.
That's it. Well, we're interested to have a chat to Gary after to see how he got on. He was taking a bit of a different list that we've been seeing, which is with the battalion that shrugs wounds off to the Morghast Archive that can then 5-up ignore them.
Well, I know in the first game he was playing against Hayden's destruction list.
More tribes with the
Seraphon,
big
yep.
stuff, yeah.
Yep. And I think he lost in turn 2. Gary went down in turn 2, I think. So
Right. Wow.
yeah, I think he just got charged in the face.
Stomped.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've just had an update. 3 wounds left on the big dog.
Holy shit! I did not expect that, to be honest.
No.
I really thought he. What has his profile gone down to?
That is jeepers. That's.
We're like.
I'm just going to dribble some more. Oh my gosh, it's just insane. 10 attacks.
He just
10
has
attacks to do that many mortal wounds.
But he shouldn't have 10 attacks because I know his attack profile goes down with the wounds he's
taken.
taken.
Because that makes it sound so much better. He's got
It
less
actually
attacks.
does.
He does
he's like
14
he's
more
rolled
wounds.
off tab.
Yeah. So he's probably rolled pretty well. But
Yeah.
even then, even if he was doing like 8 or 7 or like that's just plus a couple of other hits. Like that's pretty. That's just taking.
And then
people
having
out.
to roll 5-ups.
Yeah.
Like,
That's just awesome.
wow, that's some
Yeah.
good stuff. So poor on a gash is just going to be like,
Yeah.
pretty
His
much.
profile is going to be pretty wrecked. Yeah.
Yes,
His
it
sword's
is.
not going to be as mighty.
You know who's going to get the blame for this?
So
Yeah.
this is my caring face.
Yeah. When he comes over and he's just like,
Yeah.
I had to play that game.
Oh. Yeah, I'm so not sad at all. I'm high-fiving all the way to the bank. Yeah,
Yes.
this is great.
So what
So
have
what
we
we
got?
got here?
Combat there.
Yeah.
Dennis is rolling some dice. I'm hoping it's that the Stalker's getting some action here.
Yeah. Oh, that might be some 6-up saves he's making there, maybe.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, table boss has gone very quiet.
He's
I
like
think he's
totally, if you
absorbed.
see his face,
Oh,
he's totally intrigued.
Here we go. We've just had some. So, that was the Liege Cavalos apparently annihilating Plague Bearers casually.
Plague Bearers?
Yeah, the Plague Bearers. There was that unit of Plague Bearers that was snaking up there.
Oh,
but he
was
clipped
there?
on the end. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Sneaky.
So, because if he had have attacked the pinks,
They would
then
have
they could have split and put more bodies on the objective.
on the objective. Yeah, that's 100%
So, isn't
correct.
it? It's just more control. More control
Yeah,
because
like,
you
kill
can't
him.
I can't even kill your stuff because if I kill your stuff, I'm going to lose by even more.
Yeah, that's
It's like wow. Yep. Yeah, you can guarantee you're going to start seeing more of this list.
Oh,
around
100%,
as
yeah. And then
tournaments
the fact
continue
that,
on.
you know, he's still got all these flamers and exalted flamers sitting down here too because he just hasn't been able to chew through all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
I pretty much forgot they were even there, Gemma. That's how consequential the rest of the action.
like
Far
yeah.
out.
So they're really good at shooting too. And you know the Exalted Flamers buffing the Flamers on each side.
Yep.
So you know their shooting is very good. But you just can't do anything. And because poor Dennis doesn't have any units that really shoot either, you know he can't. He can't get them back.
Yep. Yep.
He cannot. You can't touch this.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So we've got some Mortek Guard have been getting beaten up, or some Stalkers getting beaten up there, taking some wounds. Yep.
They got 4 each, I think.
They do, yeah. Yeah, no, they'll still have a 3 up, so 4 wounds each. And they're Hekatos themselves, so they get their 6+.
Oh,
They
yeah.
give themselves a 6+.
They give themselves. They
Yep.
allow it themselves.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, yes, I will allow it some more. Yes. Yeah.
So he's going to.
So
It
this is
sounds like he's
gonna-
going to go with Nagash now.
Yeah.
And
So
do
so Dave's going to get another 2, 3, 4, 5 points. No, he's not, because he's got both of those on the left hand
3,
side.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
Should
so
be
is it
6.
6 points for getting the 2, 3 points for
3
getting the 2?
points for holding the 2 on the left.
Yep.
2 for the middle and 1 for the right hand side one, because I don't think he's
Yep.
going to have this one just
No.
yet up there.
Just yet.
So it'll
Yep.
be 6 points.
Crazy
I'll put him on
times.
14 to 8.
Yeah, and that'll be pretty much it, really. There's just not enough stuff on the table.
No.
Yeah, Dennis is
As soon
looking
as Nagash dies, I think
crestfallen.
it's just going to be.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
think he's
nearly
just yeah. But
Next
I think
turn.
that's pretty much. Is Nagash attacked yet?
He's attacking now, I
No,
believe.
right.
So we'll see if he can do some damage to the rat with his many
Yeah.
after saves that he has.
Yeah.
He won't be within 8 inches of the Lord of Change though.
No.
So it'll be 5 up, 6 up.
Mm.
That whatever, and then like plus his normal armor. So.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
So even with 2 wounds remaining, Nagash still managed to take down the
Nice.
Corruptor. So he was already pre-wounded.
He's
but,
still a boss, isn't he? He's
yeah.
still the Lord of Death.
So he gone.
Yeah. So what have we
That
got
still
left
he
there?
still doesn't get that objective back though, because the
No,
plague
you got the
bearers,
plague
there'll be
bearers
too
down the
many there.
bottom. Yeah. That Shiv that's stuck in there till that following hero phase.
That was nasty, hey. That really like when you play it at that time, it's
Yeah.
just preventing him for the first like 2 turns essentially is just rough.
just rough.
It's just rough. There is just no other way to put that.
Wonder whether he could have given away the turn. I don't think he could have, could he? Would have been too much going on. Because then it would have.
Well, see, Dave won priority, and then it was and then Dennis did after that. Yeah, I think
So
it would have
Bellicle's
been
a little
over. I said I think it would have been over earlier.
Yeah, probably. You just had to give it a nudge. Oh, sad face. Yep, so this is going to become an interesting meta variant moving forward.
Definitely.
Yep. It's got such a different space at the moment. KO, obliterating things with their flying highs. You've got this kind of stuff. You've got Seraphon have finally come to the table with so many, with Croak and Slant, like when you're playing the Croak Slant stuff with extra command points up the wazoo. And
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I don't really know which direction it's going in, to be honest, at the moment. It's just it's a bit everywhere.
Yeah, which is kind of cool too, and that there's that much variation around, and that many rocks to the paper.
Yeah.
Because you think, well, I wonder how, we've killed 1 free unit of horrors.
One
Yeah.
unit of horrors.
Dennis was appropriately ecstatic about it.
Yeah, I probably would have been pretty happy about that too, to be
we're
honest.
taking some
Just,
minor victories away from the situation, along with many learnings.
Oh yeah, like unfortunately he still won't get the objective, but he has killed like this is the 3rd turn. Those
Here we go.
They're
So
piling in now,
yeah,
so
they're
I'm not
piling in.
sure
Here we go.
how many are going to be on that objective compared to the Mortek Guard.
Oh, that's 5. He's got 5, I think. 6. I reckon he's just taken it.
So there's 5 Mortek Guard there.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the Cav makes 6. And he's got 1, 2. How many?
I think
Has he
he
got
might only
6? I
have
think he's only got
6.
6 pinks
Yeah,
on
so
there.
he won't.
But what
depends.
once again as
Yep.
he's dragged in the Mortec guard to say, now you need to hack up my guys, thanks.
And I'll just put some blues there, and I'll just
And
take this.
just
Thank
take
you.
the objective,
Yeah.
Yep.
That's such a that's such a rude ability. You think you got this? No.
You think you cut this?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that's exactly what we just discussed.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he killed a horror and then basically got 2 blues to put there and outnumber him on that one now. So he will actually have all of the objectives.
All of the objectives.
All of the mortal wounds. He has all of the objectives. So he'll be getting the full fat 8 points.
Yeah. The full fat. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So that'll be 8. I think that's
Yeah.
the end of his turn
I
now.
think that's pretty much it, yeah.
So
Yeah. We've had an interesting mix of armies here.
we have actually.
A couple of Slanesh, a couple of lizards, cities, Seraphon, corn.
Corn. We had the corn
In
one.
fact, two corn armies, beasts.
And
Yeah.
Dennis
OBR's
is one
just-
priority.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So no shiv.
Anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
None
just
of
rolling
the
up his
shivs.
RDP at the moment, I believe.
Yep. Still going. 3
3
RDP.
RDP.
Yep. 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 So he can always use Arcane Command to try and get more of them, but I don't think he's really going to. He's got bigger fish to fry.
And Joel McGrath, I'll have to pass that on to Dennis. Looks like Dennis is putting on a masterclass titled How to Not Play OBR. Oh dear.
Well, that's all right. He's just adding to the community. This is how you don't do things.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
Good
all
on
need
him.
to learn
That's it.
the do's and don'ts.
Do's.
The do's and don'ts of AOS.
The do's and don'ts of AOS.
Or
Yep. So
Warhammer
yeah,
for Dummies. That's another good
What's
title
that?
for a book. Warhammer for Dummies.
Warhammer for Dummies. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So what else did we have here? So we had more tribes. Do we have any Iron Jewels?
Yeah, we were supposed to, but old mate unfortunately didn't come,
Right.
which was a bit sad. We had Beasts of Chaos here as well.
Yep.
That's pretty much.
Rats?
Oh,
Did
actually-
anyone play Rats?
Yeah, Clan Mulder.
Oh, of course, Clan Mulder.
And
yeah, they were
I'm
first up
pretty
too,
sure
weren't they?
Brady might have been playing Destruction. He might have been playing Iron Jaws, actually. He was playing Big War.
No, I think
Or
Brady
was
Brady was playing Lizards, wasn't he?
Oh, was he playing Seraphon, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Seraphon. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I just got excited because he was a Big War player there for a while.
Go the Big War. They're a cool list.
They are very cool.
18 to 12. So Caradron Overlords versus OBR. And there's Nagash is the only thing left on the board, but the KO have won the game. 18 to 12.
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
that's
Yep.
yep. That's another one we can just
Yep.
say KO are just.
Yep. Obliterating bodies left, right, and centre.
They certainly are. Paddy's a really good player too, though.
He is. Yeah, he was doing really awesome with the Fire Slayers. Wasn't he playing the multi-magma droth?
He had five Magma drops,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, he crushed with that too. And then he played at HeroCon with Iron Jaws. It was just like a 2 more Crusher and Pig list.
Yep.
And he crushed with that as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so he comes across from 40k, so he's been in the gaming community for a long time. He certainly knows how the game works, or strategies and army building, and definitely looking for the crispy part anyway. He knows how to play a game. There you go, flat.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Oh.
fine. Battery low.
Battery low. That's all right.
So I thought I'll take that out.
I'm sure the table boss can walk over here or message us on Messenger or something for the last little bit.
Oh, this has been heaps of fun. Love it.
It's been a really good day, actually.
John McGrath, if you could let him know, that'd be great.
I will. Don't worry about that. I will tell him
Oh, love it.
straight up.
Straight up. Dearest Dennis.
I'm trying to mouth your shit at him from here, but he's not looking, so I'll give up
Sorry, to who?
to Dennis.
To Dennis.
He's just not looking over here. It's fine.
Hello, Dennis. Hello. Oh, come on, look over here.
I got a present for you.
I got the.
So he's moving the gash.
I'm going to grab the jandal. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's going forwards.
So he's gone off the objective.
Yeah, because he can't hold that one because there's he either had to probably decide whether he wanted to go for the 1-pointer or the 2-pointer.
Yeah. Would I like to make a really horrible decision or a really horrible decision?
Yeah.
Either way.
How to not play Obi-Wan.
There's some spiky bits that are going to be really, really ouchy.
Yeah, well, if Nagash can take off... See, Plague Bearers have got their own inbuilt 5-up after save as well, so they're going to have a 5-up, 6-up.
That's the best.
Because they're War Scroll, they are Nurgle Demons, so they get a 5-up after save. So they'll have the 5-up and then they'll get the 6-up from the Chaos Ascendant. Actually, it'll be a 5-up again, actually, because they're going to be within 8 inches of the Lord of Change here.
Wow.
So, it'll be interesting to see how Nagash goes killing those.
I thought he'd...
And if the Stalkers can kill
Be'lakor,
then he'll get that objective back and get 2 points.
Yeah. And he's run the Mordic Guard up the top, away from the pink horrors. So
yeah, he's like, I'm not getting in combat with you again.
Stop piling into me.
Stop
I
making me
refuse to.
fight
I don't
you.
want to kill any more of you. But then the Archcav, I don't know, to a degree, he might have. He probably could have gone all in because the Archcav's going to kill a couple.
Yeah, and they'll just spawn out.
That's it.
So it looks like he's going to go in to do some combat. So
he's continuing to give us a game, Gemma.
He is, actually.
And roll some dice.
There is a lot less on the table than what there was to start off with. So
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think if Dennis, in all honesty, if he hadn't rolled a couple of 10-ups as well to get some extra pinks on the table too, it probably would have been just slightly different as well. Just saying. Just gonna defend the OBR just a little bit there. So Be'lakor just went down to the store. Oh no. Yeah. He fell on his own shiv.
What a shame.
So now it's up to Nagash to try and take out a unit of 10 Plague Bearers with 2 5-ups. After the pink horrors are now piling around that Liege Cavalos in the top corner, so they'll definitely have that objective.
Yeah. All of the objectives.
All of the objectives.
Once again.
It really comes.
It's just like, rubbing it in the face, really, isn't it? It's going, yeah.
Just like prancing around, like, I got this one.
Dearest Nagash.
Yeah. Can he pull it off?
We have taken the game. Kind regards, Be'lakor. So I'm off. He didn't actually get killed.
He just flew off.
He's like, I'm out.
My boys have got this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the in Avengers Endgame when Star-Lord gives Thanos the finger as he leaps backwards through the... that's Be'lakor. See ya! I'm out.
I'm done. But you know what's happening here is just this guy is in a bit of danger from here too. Because Dennis has taken the turn. He might, if he can get through that and get some points, fantastic. These will shoot him off and... I don't know. Yeah. Maybe shoot them off too. Who knows?
It's going to be all of the tabling.
All of the objectives. all of the mortal wounds. all of the tabling.
Just asserting complete dominance. Yeah. Chaos is like, no. This is our place.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Yep. Since I was a Chaos player from the very beginning.
Yeah, Nurgle.
It's about time we can have our
big Nurgle player.
Yeah, very first army I started with was Zench, and then I moved to Nurgle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I miss playing them, to be honest. Well, they don't really have a place at the moment, I don't think.
No.
3 wounds to the plague bearers.
So he can kill the big rat, but he can't kill plague bearers. That's the best.
He
Good
will
on him.
not be getting his 2 points.
He
from
might have
here.
been a little bit tired. Like he put a lot of effort into killing
was
the
a-
big rat, the angry rat.
Yeah,
so.
like he had to take that shiv out, drop it on the ground. He's still wounded from that. Then he had to try and swing his big sword.
That's it.
Then he had to walk down here to try and go against his plague bearers.
Yeah. He's not used to this much activity.
Work. No.
Old,
He just wants to
Nagash,
sit on his throne and cast spells and just be a...
direct a bit of traffic. That's it. See, maybe he needed Catacross. That's all I found. Catacross didn't do a lot. He just directed traffic everywhere. He never got into combat.
He didn't get into combat. He was just sort of like making his way around the table slowly.
Yep. Extending auras.
His minions were carrying him majestically across the table. Well, from the lore, I wouldn't want to say no because he would just the smite from him would be pretty horrendous. Like he takes no casualties. He doesn't give a shit who you are. He just looks out for himself.
He does. Oh, I love it.
Oh, look, he's bringing some more horrors back up the top there.
Oh,
What,
surprise, surprise. I'm just waiting for him to dig into his bag of goodies. Oh, you rolled a 1. He rolled a 1 on the battle shock.
He rolled a 1. Oh, that's just...
Here's some insult to injury.
Yeah.
Hey, would you like some salt in that wound? Thanks. Yeah.
Just the way he said that too was just like, roll a 1 battle shock.
Yeah, it's like, cool.
Yeah, we know you're an asshole, Dave.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Again, Dennis is just, yep. That's how it's a. Not only is it a game of dice, but strategy, of course, as well, and just been executed as you'd expect from.
Poor Dennis has had to try to
one of
strategize a lot
Mr.
more than Dave.
Yeah.
Because Dave just has units coming out everywhere. He's like, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, it was just stemming the flood at the
Yeah.
end of the day. Wow. Wow.
So-
Yippee-oh. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how this list goes moving forward to some, because he's guaranteed there's others that are going to start taking stuff like this.
Yeah.
Mishmash and bringing it to some of the tournaments that'll be coming up over the next few months as things continue to lift from a restrictions perspective.
Yeah, I think July is going to be another lift, which is good.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty
for
sure.
us anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think isn't Melbourne looking at tightening up?
Oh, yeah, because they had a
Little
bit of another, all those riots and stuff down there, and someone
All
had
the
it.
protests and they had a couple of another breakout
Yeah.
or mini one, but they've just tightened up, which is good. But
Yeah, they got to do what they have to.
yeah, I'm just super grateful that we can be doing what we're doing today.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's awesome.
It's been great.
Yeah, great group of people just playing some games and having fun. Keen to. How did Mulder go in their last game, Mick?
Michael.
Yes, he's ignoring us.
Mulder,
Yeah.
they got fucking turn 2 by him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They
Like
went down
Corn.
in turn 2.
Went down hard to Sean. Huh?
Paddy.
Got up. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Kaya got up. That's right. Yeah, that Mulder list was. I think Gabe did pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah,
Jeez.
definitely. Like in that game that was streamed, he definitely looked like he knew what he was doing with the list. At that stage, I mean, he was playing it against another army that wasn't really overpowerful and also had a lot of bodies that he could block out. Whereas when you're playing something a little bit more elite, like the Corn Archaon list, it's probably a little bit different because they don't have any armor saves really whatsoever.
No.
And yeah,
And it sounded like Sean's dice were going well.
yeah, they
Unlike against me, where the Insensate Rage did none of the mortal wounds.
none.
And I made all of the saves.
Yeah,
Yep.
super handy.
That's super handy when that happens. Yep, that is it.
Oh, once again, Southerners ruining things for everyone. Nice.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, but just because I'd love to see like how this would go. We were talking before about you know, seeing if you can get a game in against the IDK with this type of list. Seeing how to go against something with a lot more board presence, like maybe a Shooty Hellahart or something like that. Because you'd think it'd tie down like more tribes, or although Iron Jewels and more tribes hit like absolute tanks, so you can take out huge amounts of stuff, even a 50 wound unit of horrors.
Oh, they can do some bulk damage.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a
Oh,
handshake.
we got a handshake. So it looks like if that was Dave's last turn, he would have got all the objectives again, so he would have scored another 8 points. Really, Dennis didn't get any in that last turn. So yeah, that 24 points.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed that he's shaken the hands and he hasn't killed Nagash or the Arch-Cavalos. It's like he hasn't completed the business, Jim.
Yeah, he hasn't done all of the
tabling.
We had that down too. We're just like, yeah,
on
he'll
our
do
list. So disappointed.
Oh,
all of the mortal wounds, all of the objectives, and all of the tabling.
Right,
Disappointment. No.
So
cracking game.
it was a very good game. A lot was learnt actually for me watching that. I've never seen or really read up anything about the Chaos Ascendant list, so actually seeing that in action was awesome, but also sort of terrifying at the same time.
Yep. So wow. It even competes in the battle shock phase when you roll ones.
And bring more pinks back because that's what you need. Jeez.
Yep, that's it.
So what I might do just to wrap things up before we do the presentation, because the boys are sort of getting that sorted out, is I might get Dave over here to have a bit of a chat if he's up for it, just to have a quick chat about the game and his day.
Sure.
And that'll be it. So Carwyn, thanks so much for
no worries
for being on.
It's been
and
awesome
commentating,
fun.
And we'll definitely have to do this again.
All of the commentatings.
All of the commentatings. So I'll see if I can get.
I'll go grab him.
Just go get Dave, and I'll flick it over to the selfie cam and see if it's going to work. And
awesome.
We are back. Right.
All of the chairs, all of the choice. Thank you very much for having me on. It was
no
insane.
problems at all. Thanks for coming down. It's been amazing.
No props. Right, I'll go for
you. See
Dave.
if you can just get Dave.
No props.
And thanks everybody in the chat who has been talking to us. Whatever your free 200-point units are good. Yeah, exactly. Who knew? It goes off your comment that you had before. Why would you pick anything else when you can get a 200-point unit? And everything else is worth 110 to 120. So there's definitely a vast difference between them. Dave, chuck the headphones on there, mate. Bring it home. So, how'd you feel?
Feels pretty good, you know.
Just reckon Dennis's day.
Summoning 600 points over 4 turns. Yeah, I think that was pretty juicy.
Just rolling those 10-ups, just like, oh, another unit? Oh.
Well, on 3 dice, 10 is the average, so it's fairly reliable. It's not really a gimmick of the list. It's something you can kind of base around, especially with the Gaunt. So you guarantee that 10 to come out straight away.
Yeah.
And just the fact that you can, so you pick a hero, and with the lock and the Gaunt, especially the Gaunt just popping out first, and I could hide behind a rock so I wasn't scared. You can just project a lot of board presence.
Oh, it looked
straight away.
It looked really aggressive, to be honest, from this point of view, watching how much table presence you can have and how you move forward with them, and then had the Plague Bearers there as well, just in case you needed to go around, or if they died, they were still there anyway. And just moving up the Lord of Change too, like, you really actually put me off a little bit, because I actually originally thought, it's not going to work on here, but I thought you were going to be doing some sneaky summoning sort of up there, and it sort of looked like that when you put your markers down, and then you swapped over here, and I just was like, hey, what's happening here?
I gave myself options, basically, and I just thought about it, and I'm like, all right, well, if the rat goes in there and the plagueies kind of come behind, I didn't actually expect to take them all off that turn. I thought it'd take me 1 turn longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, putting them on the other side just allowed me to tie up that Liege Cavalos and 10 Mortec, who are never going to get through in a decent amount of time 10 pink horrors.
50 wounds.
Which is madness, like 10 pink horrors. And you saw just, like, he killed, of my starting army, he killed the rat and 10 plague bearers. So a total of 400 grand points. I summoned 600. So I was up 200 points at the end of it.
That is some bullshit right there, Dave. I was going to say. But it also is happy because my first army was Zinch back when I was like 17. So just bringing the Chaos home for me was pretty exciting. Yeah, it's good to see that they're actually able to compete pretty darn good. at the moment.
Yeah. It's really cool too because the whole army you're allowed anything with the demon keyword. Fortunately, there's no beasts of chaos with demon keyword. That would have been awesome. But yeah, it's like playing mixed chaos demon version.
Yeah.
And that rat, as you saw,
He just went
hectic.
ballistic. Like
Every game.
But you must have rolled pretty good too, because when like Mark will come over, he's like, that was like 17 out of 18 mortal wounds. We're just like, what?
Yeah,
And
it
then
was
again,
crazy.
when he was pretty wounded, he still did like, I don't know how many it was against the gash. And
Well, he deteriorates really well because each of his brackets, he only goes down one attack.
yeah,
So he's from 10, 9, 8, 7, and like then he's basically dead.
yeah.
So he's
yeah.
still amazing. And that artifact is just bonkers. Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't expect to kill them all in that turn. But turns out when you do 17 mortal wounds on an attack, it's pretty crazy. So yeah,
Well, it's good to see that there's something out there that can just basically table OBR, because they have had their time in the sun, even though it was only short and sweet. But
They're
they
the
were
worst.
pretty good for a while, and I still think they are very good. There,
Oh, they're still
yeah,
really good.
I'm not taking them off the table at all, but it's good to see that a chaos list can compete and compete well. Like, I don't really know if you were to play your list, what do you reckon would be able to handle that sort of
If I could
shenanigans?
play against it.
Yeah, if you had to play against the list that you just played, what do you think would be out there at the moment that would be able to handle it?
Maybe a well-designed Seraphon list like the Croak. Because if you can go first, the problem with those Seraphon lists is they're generally more than my drops.
Yep.
So against that, I will always go first just so I can get those 20 pinks out.
Yep.
But yeah, Croak can always kill the Gaunt, and then he can kill the Flamers and the Exalted, and then that takes away a lot of projection and a lot of free pinks.
Yeah. So basically, because pinks are like, realistically, pinks are going to be the only units people are probably going to summon in that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't really know why you would do anything else. but pinks.
Bloodletters do a mortal wound on a 60 hit, so
Oh wow! Like, let's get them out.
contender.
Yeah. And plague bearers, they're even worse. So
Yeah, they're not as durable as pinks, which is silly.
yeah, and they're supposed to be renowned for being, taking the hit. But so I've sort of lost my train of thought there when it come to. You just took me straight off. I don't even remember what I was trying to say there. I was actually going to say, getting rid of the Zinch leaders.
Getting
your
rid of
heroes.
the Zench leaders. Yeah.
Your Lord of Change and your Gaunt Summoner, just so you can stop, summoning pinks at least.
Yeah, if you can get rid of those two, then you take out a huge power factor in the army.
Yeah,
But
I think
it's
KO
difficult.
might be able to shoot those guys enough.
They can. I mean, the Gaunt is a little bit easy to hide, but he's got a 5-up because you're always near the lock.
Yeah.
And the lock has a 5-up. He's within his own aura.
Yeah.
So yeah, KO could definitely.
What do you reckon about like Ideneth, since they seem to be holding their own pretty well? Do you think they would be something that would be able to contend against that list, or not sure?
Yeah, like MSU spam Ideneth. My spells obviously ignore their shoot the closest. Ratman will go in and kill a 3 Ls.
Yeah.
And my shooting will kind of like I can stagger the shooting. It really depends on how well the Ideneth player plays. But if he gets stuck into pinks, like it's the same thing. He's
Just
he's
a never-ending.
gummed up. And
You really need to focus on getting rid of those heroes, those Zench heroes.
Yeah, because it's not a good idea to target or put a lot of power into the pinks. Maybe if you could kill, say you got 2 Stonehorns
Yeah.
into 10 pinks, yeah, you'd probably kill 50.
Yeah.
And that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
You also have to have an army that's going to be able to get rid of those heroes as well, like, because you're not silly and have them in your front lines as well. You have them sort of protected to a degree as well. So being able to have that reach to get to them is also important.
yeah, I just thought of an army that I'd actually be afraid of.
Oh yeah.
Drakfoot Bone Splitters.
Drakfoot Bone Splitters.
Yeah, because they take away all my after saves and I have heaps of them. That's my durability.
Yeah.
And they could shoot off the Gaunt. They're pretty good spellcasters. The Roggle could probably kill most of a 10-man if he went well and you had a little buffer dude.
Yep.
So yeah, actually, Drakfoot Bone Splitters. I think they actually. I don't think they can necessarily win a big event, but they can definitely hold some people down
Yeah, yeah.
in this current meta.
Well, there you go, people. So you better tell Gammy that he's going to have to pull them
Nah,
back out.
because Gammy sucks. You can't help sucking.
That's just part of him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, so well, I'll probably wrap it up there. I'd say thank you very much for jumping on and having a chat. Pretty insightful.
Yep.
So hello heart, someone said in there too. They reckon. Joel from down south.
Seraphon, Hello Heart. Hello Heart can do it. I mean, if they're out dropping me, then they're taking the white fire and they're spending a lot of points on wizards. I don't know. It could be an adventure. I mean, Phoenix Guard aren't going to die. Either or I'm going to push into them. But, yeah, 30 Iron Drakes with Ren 2, hitting and wounding on 2s with reroll 1s. Yeah, that'll delete. Obviously, something pretty heavy.
Yep.
Like Ratman. Don't kill Ratman. He's the
Yeah,
best.
he's pretty brutal. And now that I've seen him and what that, how good that 5-up unmodified hit roll.
Oh, it's excellent. And if you roll like I do, he's even better.
Just have the luck. That's what you are known for that. So I'm sort of beginning to think that maybe you're not just a fantastic player. It's just your dice that carry you through.
100% luck.
Yeah, 100% luck. I mean, Carwin they were making fun of him in the chat too about having luck with his dice as well. So.
Oh, look, it's better to be lucky than good.
That's right. That is the saying. So, well, thank you very much for jumping on and having a chat. That basically wraps up today, everyone. So, thank you very much for jumping in, watching, supporting. Hopefully we can do this again soon. But until then, we will catch up with you next time.